It's a bit loud. There we go. Oh, you guys are very large. Hold on, let me change the size of this really quick. There we go. It's a little bit scuffed, but there we go. Okay. Hello and welcome to the first episode of Mysteries of the Academy. I'm your host Vazric, also the DM, and these are, to steal from Laco, my fantabulous players.
Hi, fantabulous players.
Hi, fantabulous players. We're going to go ahead and go down a list introducing every player. So, as you guys know, I already said, I'm the DM, Vazric. I've been DMing for a while. Perhaps you watched my previous 2 D&D campaigns that I streamed. If you have, then you know what style I run already. Otherwise, for new people who haven't watched me before, I like to do a lot of rule of cool stuff, and my campaigns are generally an open world for my players to explore, with a premise that brings them all together. So this is the premise that brings the characters together. In this case, is they are students going to the Arcane Academy of Capernia, which is basically a place where anybody who practices magic can go and hone their craft, in spite of what kind of magic they use. They cover a wide variety of subjects, including the Battle Arts Academy, where martial inclined casters can improve their combat prowess through magic. So we're going to go ahead and go down the list of introductions here. Let's go ahead and do it alphabetically, starting with Aatrox.
Aatrox.
Okay, I would like you to do an actual introduction for your character too, though. You can do the Aatrox thing, because this is first session.
Okay, you know what? I guess that's fair, but don't expect anything after the second episode.
Yeah, I expect that much.
Okay, well, I'm Aatrox. I'm like a little VTuber guy, a little fella, and I stream every now and then. You can see on the chat. I think that my link is there, and I'm playing a Mallory. So they're also a little creature. They have a lot. They're very spooky. Hopefully, well, you'll see. You'll see. And yeah, that's it, I think.
Okay. The next we will go down the list here to Dragonplant. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
So I'm Dragonplant, and I'll be playing as Varka. She's a angel, and she is from the Silver Moon, and she's tasked to protect another character in this party, and that is why she's in this school.
Okay. And how about yourself, the player?
I don't do anything.
I don't do anything.
I'm just here. I'm here for the fun.
All right, cool. Then next we'll go over to Foxy's. Go ahead and... Oop, that's loud. I'm just going to do an overall,
It's me.
turn down.
Yo. I will probably quite a lot of background noise, so I'll mute most of it. But greetings, everyone. I am Foxy.
Yay!
VTuber, mother of many children, especially Aatrox and Vazric over here, and some Dragonplant, but he doesn't stream.
You see this beautiful blue face? Foxy's drew it.
2 years ago. So I sometimes stream making models, and recently some games, so if you want to see that. And of course, commissions are always open, especially for VTuber models. Gotta put it there. And I'm playing Tabaxi Rogue that came from an orphanage.
What's your name?
Just needs to make some money for his family, I guess.
All right.
I came here to learn, get a job. That's it.
All right, and I believe your character has a major in conjuration, right?
Yes, I do conjuration because I like teleportation. That's it.
Okay.
And the name of the character is Bowlin. Woo!
people who were denying that foxies would ever be ballin' in the past now are spilling their cereal all over the place.
That is true.
I do be balling though.
She will never be ballin'.
It's in the name.
All right, and last but certainly not least here, we are missing a player, by the way, so we'll allow them to do their introduction when they come back. Last on the list here, but not least, is Gorm.
Hey, so my name is Stormy. A little bit about myself. I make music for other VTubers, and I'm playing Gorm, the anti-cleric death cleric, who is a short and stubbish noble, possibly prematurely balding dwarf, but I don't think Gorm would ever admit that. Gorm is at the academy to learn more about the mortuary science, as his family's clan, they run the mortuary business for the clan. So fun fact of the day for Gorm, he wears a shirt that says "Dragons fear me, winches desire me" underneath his school robes.
Yeah.
Gorm is a character of all time. All right, so a little tour of the school here before we begin. So this right here is the campus of the academy. So this is the university branch of the Capernia Academy. In a different district from this area is the junior academy. This is more of centered toward teaching adults who have already advanced their studies far into now studying to start their careers eventually. So this is the main building here. This is where the mystic arts are taught. The school dorm and the infirmary are, as well as an observatory to observe the stars. The courtyard here is where a lot of students spend time hanging out after classes or between classes. This right here is an arena where students can go and practice their magics in a combat scenario, usually against weaker monsters that are being held in the menagerie beneath the academy's arena. A lot of the Battle Arts Academy students train here as well to test their prowess. And speaking of the Battle Academy, this right here is the Battle Academy. They teach Eldritch Knights, rogues who are more magically inclined, and the like. If you're swinging a weapon around and you use magic, such as Paladin, you can learn here as well. There are holy orders that have representatives to teach their prospective, what's the word? Acolytes, yeah. To teach their acolytes their ways. Such as the Order of Kazdiel, which teaches our party's cleric. So, or not cleric, sorry. Paladin, which teaches our party's paladin. I'm a dum-dum. Please forgive me. I'm a little messed up right now. I woke up like 2 hours ago, and it takes me like 3 to properly wake up sometimes. Okay. So, and finally, this building right here. This is the College of Crafts. It is where... Why is the music so loud right now? Hold on. I need to turn all of these down a little bit. They're very loud. There we go. Okay. Where was I? The College of Crafts, right? Okay. So, yeah, the College of Magical Crafts is run by Valdar Ironbeard. He's a dwarven artificer. And he is not a super serious guy, but like doesn't really mess around too much. So his students generally regard him as pretty friendly. As for the person who's running the Battle Academy, that is a Eldritch Knight named Sten Veldenar. He's the master of the Battle Arts Academy. However, the instructors who represent different holy orders are mainly the teachers of the paladins. So the Order of Kazdiel, their paladins are trained by Theobald Grimm, who is a male elf paladin. He's a high elf, and he's a rather serious individual. As for the Institute of Magical Mastery, the headmaster's office is here. So the headmaster of the entire academy is a high elf mage known as Alzarius the Mad. Many people regard him as being mad because of how silly goofy he is. So they chalk it up to him. That's the one that turned you into a stick. Yeah, he asked what's brown and sticky, and then he turned you into a stick. Yeah.
When I can, I will draw him for the campaign. So
Perfect.
be ready for a lot of fan arts for this campaign, because we will need to make a group picture for everyone. And everyone gets their character. And I'll do it, because I'm cool.
You're so cool.
As for Alzarius, though, while many consider him mad, he is an expert in almost every school of magic. So I think the only thing that he really hasn't studied is probably gonna be like divination magic. He's not very good at it. Everything else, he's really good though. Yep. Okay, so with the tour of the Academy grounds done, over here is the marketplace. These are living quarters where students can rent a home to live in if they want a little more privacy than the dorms. This here is the library. This is the Copernican River that cuts through the city. And this right here is the Academy Square Park. So people can come here and enjoy a nice day. People have picnics here. There's squirrels running around. Stuff like that, birds, shit you'd expect to find in a park in the middle of a town. But yeah, with that done, we'll go ahead and begin our session proper. Okay. Oh, what's with that?
I was scared. Okay, bye.
Why are you scared?
This is the show.
Don't be scared.
Muted, though, to, just letting everyone.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the turn order. So I'm going to have each of you click on your tokens, open your character sheets, and click the initiative button. Please and thank you. Okay, we got a 19, an 11. Also, we're using 3D dice, everybody. Well, not everybody's using 3D
click on my
dice.
token.
Why can you not click on your token? You know what?
I could...
Deleted. Okay. Drag your character from the character list onto the screen. Okay. Can you click on it now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do it. Oh, and Varka failed the class. You didn't click on it before clicking the initiative button. That's okay. I'll just add you here. Okay. You got a 19 as well. Okay. And
roll a 1.
Valen, you rolled a 1.
First roll. The first. Okay, you know what? That fits. You know what? That fits.
So Foxy's got the highest here because she has the highest dexterity out of the 4 of you. So she would go first. Foxy's, would you like to take your turn first, or do you want to take a little bit of extra time to... Basically, we're going to be role-playing, and I'm going to set the scene, but you get the first scene.
I like being first.
Okay, then we will run your scene first. Yeah, we got our first nat 1. Let's freaking go.
Yay!
First roll, first
Yeah. Okay. So, Foxy's. The year is 1201. And the it's the year 1201. You are into your second semester of your studies, and it is I'd say it's like early winter-ish, so the map doesn't really reflect that right now. The campaign's going to be going over the pretty much the whole school year with a few time skips involved, so this will be greener later, but there's probably snow around. So, yeah, it's like early winter. So it's a bit cold when you wake up in the morning. And are you in a dorm, or would you say you're renting one of the?
I'm in the dorm.
You're probably in the dorm because you said you were from a poor orphanage, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you wake up in the dorm. It's getting a little noisy outside of your room because students are getting ready for their school day. And you've got a little bit of time to do some practice for your spells if you would like before having to go to class. How would you like to spend your free time before class?
Where does Varka live?
I would probably live in a in a more private area than the dorms.
Okay, then I look outside. I'm like, it's Varka's favorite weather. Okay, let's see how she's doing. I put every possible coat on myself because it's cold and I don't like the cold. And I just sluggishly go out of bed and towards Varka to go to school together.
I muted while you were talking, so I wouldn't have any background sound. But, alright, so you're gonna go look for Varka?
Yes.
Cool. So, let's see. So you're gonna head over to, I think you said Varka is a woman, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna go over to the female dorm. Or are you meeting outside? Oh, wait, wait, Varka, did you say you were living in a dorm or a house?
A house.
I got confused. Okay, never mind then. You're gonna go head over to Varka's apartment then.
Knock, knock, knock.
Sorry, I got a little
Knock, knock,
confused
knock.
there.
Knock, 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 knock.
Varka opens the door, already ready to go out to school.
Let me turn that down a little. There we go.
Hello.
Hi, let's go. I am nothing. Which is going to school. I am very sluggish because I don't like the cold. That's it. That's all I am.
Alright, so you guys meet up together. I'll just combine your turns since you're both at 19 anyway. So,
I mean,
what?
Something.
How do you guys spend your morning before going to class? I'd say it took you like 30 minutes to get over to Varka and then another like 15 to get back into the academy building. So you guys have about an hour and 20
What are we
minutes
doing?
left before... You guys have about an hour and 20 minutes left before school class starts.
Well, I think we should practice.
Practice.
before
No.
class.
No. I'm not practicing nothing. I doodle on my notebook
Oh, okay. Then you will,
while pretending to listen to you practice.
Yeah. I'm gonna practice and she's just gonna doodle.
I'm doodling like cool swords.
Gold and goblins and
And swords. Because I want to get a cool sword. That's my life goal now.
Okay, so you guys are gonna be... sorry, I spaced out there a little bit while I was typing stuff. But you guys said you're gonna be practicing your casting.
I'm gonna be practicing, and Bao is going to be drawing.
Just
Okay.
doodling in my notebook pretty swords that I want.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So what will you be practicing today for your pre-class warm-ups?
What is there to practice? I don't have
Well,
spells. I
you
think I can practice
are-
marksmanship.
well, you're a paladin, right? You have some
Mhm.
spells.
Hmm.
Yeah, paladins
I
get
would-
spells.
I would rather practice with my.
I think they
sword,
get start getting spells at what, second level, third level, something like that.
Yeah.
Or do you?
My only spell.
Because
is
if you have
Light
divine
and
smite,
Blood.
then you have spells. Hold on, let me look at your character sheet real quick. Oh, you have bless, heroism, shield of
Oh,
faith,
we got
alarm,
High
detect
Locker.
magic. Yeah, you have spells.
Then I guess I will practice my spells.
Okay. Which spell would you like to practice with?
Mm-mm-mm. Let's see.
And are you going to also be practicing your sword skills as well? I think you use a sword,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
If he's
Alright, cool,
practicing swords, I'll join him.
yeah.
I want to practice my bless along with the sword, if I may.
Okay.
Then we're practicing together. Let's
Let's
go
go.
to the arena or something. I don't know.
Can we go? To practice.
We won't
Just
practice in the
without
middle of
anime.
class.
Okay.
Is the arena open?
I mean, the arena is open before classes, yes, and after classes. So you got a little bit of time. Okay, it will take you about 10 minutes to walk over to the arena from where you guys were.
We
So
have 10 minutes left. Fuck.
no, you've got like an hour or so left after messing around over there.
That's fine. I'm
Okay.
practicing my sneak attack.
So, are you gonna spar against each other, or are you going to fight against some of the monsters that they have in the menagerie?
Who's
Let's
sparring?
fight together.
Oh.
Let's spar. Let's do it.
Okay, so you guys are gonna spar with each other. Okay,
Yes.
so since you guys have the same initiative that you rolled earlier, I'm just gonna take the higher dexterity one, which is Foxy's. So Balin,
Wow.
you'll be going first, and Varka, you'll be going second. This is going to be non-lethal damage. Well, actually, you're not going to be dealing damage to each other because you're using practice weapons against one another. In this case, first hit wins, basically.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
So Foxy's, you
Then
get the first. You get the first move because of your higher dexterity.
I'll do this, I guess. Does it work?
Okay, as a bonus action, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll on the current turn. Okay, so you use your bonus action, and now you will have advantage on your next attack.
Can I use this as well?
Oh my
You can't
God.
use this bonus action. You can use this bonus action only if you haven't moved during this turn. Okay, yeah, you haven't moved. And after you use the bonus action, your speed is 0 until the end of the current turn. So, what weapon are you using? This is non-lethal. You're not going to deal damage to them.
My short bow, I guess.
Okay, so you're using an arrow that has a blunt tip that doesn't actually
Yes, it's
deal
like
much
an
damage.
outline.
Okay, cool. All right, so what you need to do is you need to make an attack roll with your bow. You have advantage because of and that's a nat 20. Okay,
Let's go.
so you guys.
That's fine.
So you guys take your place in the arena. There's a few people that are just kind of like hanging out, watching everybody that is coming into spar. There's turns that get taken in here. When your time comes up after like a few minute wait, you guys go into the arena. You take your places. You get your sword ready, Varka, and as the bell rings, you immediately get hit in the helmet with a bow. Or with an arrow,
With a
and
gun.
yeah, and it bounces off your helmet, and it actually hits your helmet pretty hard, so it rings a little bit.
I'm like running to you. I'm sorry.
And you hear the person that's running the thing. They blow a whistle. They say, "Hey, you're not supposed to shoot them in the head."
I'm sorry. Wait, Mark, are you okay?
That's still your win though, but try not to do that again. Somebody could get hurt.
I look very like I'm sorry.
Barca just sighs and says, "I'm okay." In defeat.
I'm sorry.
In the head straight away.
All right, so that's
I
round.
put my end like towards her so she can hit me back.
That's round 1. Do you guys want to do best 2 out of 3 or?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay. So you guys take your places again and get ready.
Okay. I
There's
do it
about
again.
there's about like 10 feet of distance between the two of you here. So in this case, I'll have you guys roll initiative again. Since Foxy's going first, every round would be a little unfair.
Yeah.
You don't have to click on your characters for this one though.
Did I do it?
Okay, Varka, you get to go first.
Again.
Yep, you get to go first this time. So you only have 10 feet between you and Foxy, or you and I'm just gonna move you right there. You and Balin. Thank you. I need to get used to this. So Varka, you have only 10 feet between you and Balin. You could easily run up to them and strike them with your practice sword before they get the chance to react this time, as you're much better prepared for when the bell rings.
I run up and do a very swift strike.
Okay, go ahead and roll your weapon attack. That's going to be in the core section of your character sheet under attacks and spellcasting.
Under? Oh.
Well, it's in the section. Okay, so using your practice greatsword, which is dull and made out of wood, you strike the AC of Balin, getting a decisive victory on this round as the whistle blows, and they tell you to take your places again for round 3. It stings a little getting hit by that sword, but not enough to actually hurt you.
I guess I did better with the Nerf gun. I deserved it.
All right, take your places once more. So Varka backs up here.
Ah, yeah.
Round 3. Go ahead and roll initiative again, Varka. Okay, Varka gets to go again. This is round 3, so if you hit this attack and then, or if you do hit this attack, then it's your victory.
Okay, this time I'm using the glaive, and I'm gonna do the.
Oh, the glaive, a practice glaive. Okay. Oh, you don't need to run up with a glaive because you have reach.
Oh, great. Then I just hit her from this.
I'm pretty sure a glaive has reach, right?
I don't know.
Glaive is a.
Up to 2 creatures within 5 feet. That's not enough, I think.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no, it has reach. Reach is a 10-foot range, yeah.
Okay, then
Yep.
then I am doing my glaive.
Yep, that hits. You bonk her on the shoulder, or you bonk hit. Wait, is Balin a boy or girl? I forgot.
Boy.
Okay, you bonk him on the shoulder, and he winces in pain because it hurt a little bit.
Ouch. Okay.
All right, the whistle blows, and they say Varka's win.
I bow down to everyone as if I was performing, and we go back to the.
I look disappointed, and I go back as well. Let's go back together.
All right, you guys head back in. So we're gonna go over to Gorm now, as you guys are getting ready to go to your respective classes, and I'll add you back onto the initiative order here. There we go. Gorm, it is now your turn. So we'll start from the morning here. Are you living in the dorm or are you renting one of the apartments?
Well, I know Gorm is from a noble family, so either they probably put him up in one of the fancier apartments, but I don't think Gorm would mind his living accommodations coming from a very quote-unquote roughneck dwarven clan.
Okay. I just realized we still have your old token over in the tavern.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh no, not that thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and circle the house that Varka was renting with Varka's color there.
Okay.
Go ahead and just pick a place. Oh, I was circling Varka's. Sorry,
Gotcha.
That's the one that Varka picked. Yeah, go ahead and pick a place that you would be staying at then. In that case,
I'm gonna go for this donut-shaped looking one.
Okay, so with your draw tool, can you go ahead and draw a little circle on that for me?
There we go.
All right, cool. So, since you're being lodged with some other, by another dwarven clan, there are some members of that clan also sharing the apartment with you. So, I'm going to go ahead and generate a couple of dwarven roommates for you to have.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Are we gonna start a frat house? Quite possible.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I like to hear. You guys are gonna be drinking every night. Okay. Fantasy name generator dwarf names. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna put this down as a little note here. Your roommates are 2 other male dwarves. One is a have you ever seen a blonde dwarf before?
I sure now have.
All right. Well, you have a blonde dwarf. They're both male dwarves. You have a roommate named Dynan, who has a short blonde beard. and a long, and he has long blonde curly hair. He gets made fun of for his short beard but long hair. Try as hard as he might, his beard does not grow as fast as other dwarves. Very
what
sad.
A shame for him.
Very sad. Yep. Your other roommate is named Bari. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with Bali because I like Bali better. Those are both on the random name generator that I just used. And he is a hill dwarf. Oh, I guess I should have said Dynan was a mountain dwarf. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a hill dwarf. A long braided beard. Short, messy hair. There we go. He takes extra special care of his beard, but doesn't do anything with the hair on his head. Both of them love drinking, of course. when they're not studying, that's what they're doing. So Dynan is studying the School of Magic known as Illusion, while Bali is studying in the Magical Crafts Academy. He wants to become... he is also a Forge Cleric, so... Yeah, so I'll put that in here. Dynan is Illusionist Wizard, while Bali is studying to become a Forge Cleric. There we go. There's some notes for you to put in your allies and organizations section of your character sheet and under the bio tab.
Yeah, I've just been throwing everything under like bonds, like they're for roommates. But I'll copy and paste this into, let's see, bio. Where are they? Allies and organizations. There we go.
Also, hello, Fagoth. I just did the stretch. Don't worry. I got you. Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn off the soundboard. Hold on, let me do that real quick. Hee. Pause the soundboard. There we go. Or sound alerts, not the soundboard. Silly me. I still have the soundboard on because I have voice mod open for effects. Hee. Okay. So, yeah, you are waking up in your apartment. You can smell some, what smells like eggs and bacon cooking out in the kitchen as you wake up.
Gorm will wake up and brush out his long auburn beard quite quickly and don his armor and school gear and grab his bundle of books, including a quill and his roll of parchment for notes, and kind of walk out into the kitchen where he'll see Dynan and Bali, and he'll be like, "Hey guys,
Morning. That's the higher voice is Dynan and the lower voice is Bali. Bali from the kitchen says, "You want some eggs?"
When do I don't? Oh wait, no, hold on. That's not his voice. When do I don't? There we go.
There you go. All right, I'll set up a plate for you.
Bless ye. Gorm will probably be rubbing out the dark bags under his eyes, and he'll take out as food is being prepared. He has a notebook, or I guess a roll of parchment with his homework from last night. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming he was given an assignment to come up with some verbal components for some of his cantrips.
All right, so that's what you're working.
Yeah, so he was working on some verbal components, basically some little witty one-liners to say, and anyone who walks up to Gorm can just see it's just full of just absolute chaos as he is just crossed out line after line, and Gorm looks absolutely stressed with his low intelligence score.
You having trouble over there? You look a bit troubled. This is Dynan speaking.
Yes, Zerg or Zarek told me to come up with some verbal components for Toll the Dead. But it's just not working out. It's coming up as comical, almost like I should be a bard or something. Here, read this one. As he holds it out, it reads, the verbal component: bring on the doom, dispel the gloom, death clerics bring the boom. Quite horrific.
I'd say that sounds more like a bard, a very bad bard.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I'm having trouble in my class too, though, I'm not gonna lie.
This is who speaking?
This is Dynan. Yeah. Bali is in the kitchen cooking.
Why? Your illusion. Can't you just make it seem like you're doing better? Isn't that what illusion is?
Well, that is what illusion is, but it's hard to make it look like it's doing better when I keep making everything pink.
Well,
the assignment was to make an illusion of a goblin, and it was a pink goblin. Have you ever seen a pink goblin?
I've never seen a pink goblin.
They're supposed to be green.
Yes, they are, Dynan. They're supposed to be green. Well, perhaps you should make it seem like you got more bitches, eh? As he'll punch him in the shoulder and be like, alright, how about them eggs?
Oh, I don't want to hear that from you. What was that girl you said you went to the tavern with?
Oh, God.
How's that been going for you?
Not well, if I may tell you myself. Yeah, her name's Mildra. She's of the Stonebuckle clan. I wouldn't know.
Hey, them Stonebuckles. Hey, they're a clan of mountain dwarves. I hear. Yeah, like me. But you know, I'd say I've got a pretty good rapport going on with the girl in my class. She seems to like my hair, though she's not a dwarf. Bit disappointing, but you know, I guess a halfling is close enough.
Yeah, well, I sure anyone without eyes or their glasses on can mistake you for a girl with your long, curly, beautiful hair.
Hey, shut up, you motherfucker! I'll throw you in the river. That's enough. The eggs are ready. Molly comes out of the kitchen with a couple plates, puts them down in front of you. So if you start fighting and spill my food, I'll throw both of you in the lake.
in the dwarf place?
Yeah,
where is he?
he's in his apartment with his dwarven roommates.
Oh my god. Enjoy your dwarvish selves.
I got class in like an hour, so I don't want to have to be cleaning up after you're fighting.
Gorm will nod and say, I appreciate the food, Bali. Why don't you sit down with us?
I'm planning on it. As long as you two don't make a mess of it. Places another plate down for himself. I overheard you having trouble with your verbal components.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of words going around in this head, if you catch my drift.
So, from my experience in my Forge Cleric training, the verbal components have to be something that works for you. That's at least what my teacher was saying. So, Master Ironbeard told me that it has to be something you're comfortable with. Okay, the verbal components themselves don't matter what you're saying, but if you're uncomfortable when you're saying it, it's not going to work.
I see what you mean. So these words aren't true to myself.
Aye.
Okay.
I'd say you're trying too hard to be fancy with it. For me, a simple phrase works.
Gorm will crumple up his parchment and just kind of toss it over his shoulder into the corner of the room.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess we'll try from there.
You're gonna throw that in the bin, right? You're gonna go pick it up off the floor and throw it in the bin? I'm not cleaning up after you.
Gorm will look over his shoulder and see that he has missed the bin, and he'll look over and just say, shock, right? And he'll go and pick it up and stick it in the bin.
Yeah, that's what a dex bonus of 0 gets. That's fun. Alright, so you guys eat your meal, and you got a little bit of time left to do some practice, if you would like to do that.
Yeah, sure. I think Gorm would like to practice some of his cantrips. I don't feel like I should burn some spell slots, but he would probably, since he's a death cleric, he will probably want to try out the dual casting abilities of his death cleric spells, or sorry, cantrips.
Okay. So you're gonna take a little visit to the menagerie for some disposable targets?
Sure.
Alright. Cool. Yeah, there's a few goblins that are being captive in the menagerie that they'll say you can take into the practice areas with you.
Are there any pink goblins?
Nope.
All right. Gorm's gonna make note of that mentally.
Hold on just a second, though. Oh, wow. That's actually a pretty rare roll for me to get with a D100. Okay. You do, however, spot an albino among their ranks.
Wow.
Yeah, this one's not for practicing our stuff on. The curator says the albinos are part of their collection, so no hitting that one.
I see.
Goblin looks at you and is like, "Do you speak Goblin?"
Gorm does not speak Goblin.
Okay. It says something that sounds nasty towards you and spits in your direction. From behind a cage, of course.
Yeah. Gorm will pick out 2 goblins and have them brought out to a combat field.
As the person that's guiding them with you walks, he says, "You know, normally we don't keep humanoids in here, but these ones were arrested for attempted murder and thievery, so we can do whatever we want with them." So, what spells are you gonna cast on these bad boys?
Well, I'm thinking of doing Toll the Dead and Chill Touch.
Alright, well, hopefully you don't do enough damage to kill them, because we'd like to not have to restock. So hold back if you can.
Well, if it ends up being too much of a problem, you can send an invoice to the recruits.
Alright, well, we'll set up the targets in the arena, and you can have at them.
Alright, let me move my character token over to the arena.
It's a bit fucked up if you think about it, because goblins are humanoids that are sentient. So these, however, are criminals. So not every goblin is going to be treated like this, though. Those who abide by the laws of Andronia are able to live as free citizens. Okay. So, go ahead and do your spell. I will roll the saves for the goblins. Okay. That's going to be a 9. And this is a dual cast from your Grave Cleric class ability, so they both need to make the save here. One gets a 9, and the other gets a 16.
Ooh.
One survives and one dies. So, what will you say for your some verbal component?
Gorm's just gonna kind of stop and think about his time watching his parents perform their mortuary rituals, and he'll just say, in a deep, solemn voice, "Hear death's ring," as he brings out his little bell or taps on his armor or some other metal piece to create the metal clanging sound that reverberates in their ears.
All right. Both goblins wince as they hear the bell ring. It's much louder for them as the targets of the spell. And one of them starts bleeding from their eyes and goes limp. Blood also squirts out of their ears and nostrils.
Ooh.
And mouth. As he goes limp dead. The other goblin, while it has its eyes shut tight, slowly opens one eye, looks over at the other goblin, and starts screaming.
Whoa, God.
The guy who brought them out is like, ah, man. Well, there goes one. Oh well. At least the other one's still alive. Hey, you want to do anything? You want to do anything else with this one, or no? It's fine. It's fine. That's what the menagerie's for. You want to do anything else with this other one, or should I take it back to the cage?
Yeah, you can take this one back to the cage.
right.
I feel bad. I feel bad now.
Don't worry. This one killed a woman in her sleep, so he's going where he deserves.
Oh God, what did the other one do?
What did this one do? What did you do again? The goblin, just, barks something in goblinoid. And the menagerie's guy's like, I see. He spread shit on a nobleman's, seat for his carriage. So, yeah. Not as severe as the other one, I'd say.
God, I could have killed that one. That's like a misdemeanor at the best.
Aye, but, you know how it works with noblemen. Some noblemen. City noblemen.
Yeah, prissy fucks, am I right? As Gorm laughs and just kind of walks back off to the pool.
Alright. How do we get rid of the... Oh, we just click on the dice and they disappear. Okay, cool. Alright, Gorm got first blood.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so, we'll go over to Mallory now. Last, and I would like to say not least, but you rolled a nat 1 for your initiative, so that is actually least, so.
It's funny because Mallory means bad luck. And I got
yeah, it does.
my first roll.
So Mallory, I believe you said your character doesn't technically require sleep, right?
I asked you and you didn't answer me.
Oh, I thought I confirmed
So
it. Sorry.
I think.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
so
I would have
know.
given approval for that. Yeah. So you don't actually need to sleep. So how would you have spent your night before the sun comes up?
Okay. Would it be okay? Would you let Mallory just sleep in the library of the school? Is that okay? Not sleep, just spend their time there, I guess.
Oh, you want to hang out in the library? So
Yeah,
the
like
school,
that's where they sleep.
the school has a small library in the dorms available for use. The library that's next to the park outside of the school has a much wider selection of information. So you'd have a more limited one in the dorm, but people aren't allowed in the library at night.
But the one in the dorm is fine at night?
Yeah, the one in the dorm is fine at night. Yeah.
Okay, then Mallory is in the there.
Okay. Are you studying any particular subject or?
Well.
Or are you using it to help you do your evocation class homework?
Mallory is. I think I'm gonna be honest. They would just be sitting there, and they just you know the golden Freddy Fazbear, the way he sits.
Oh my fucking god! No, I don't. I don't know because I don't play those games.
Okay. Then never mind. Okay,
I haven't played those games.
Okay. Then they just kind of sit emotionally on a chair right now, waiting for the sunrise, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Since they don't have to sleep.
So you're just sitting among the books.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's plenty of books all over.
Sure. The sun peeks in through a skylight in one of the windows as the sunrise comes up. You notice there's a very light dusting of snow coming down as well. It's not a lot. And it's not sticking either.
Oh, it's
Morning.
Is it dust or snow?
I said it is snow. When I say a light dusting, I mean there are a few snowflakes coming down very slowly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not sticking, though. It, like, melts when it hits the ground.
This weather is always interesting. So, is anybody else in the library, or am I, like, the only one who goes there?
Well, seeing as you were there the whole night, you are the only one in the library, aside from the librarian who comes in before the sun comes up to start tidying things up.
What's their name?
Hold on. I have a random fantasy name generator pulled up already, so I'll just use that.
Hey, Karen the half-orc.
Oh shit.
Karen.
Half-orc. Monstrous names it is then. Alright. Her name? This is a funny name. Her name is Bolga.
Bolga?
Her name is Bolga. He said half-orc, so I'm gonna go with that. I like that. Half-orc librarian.
Okay, wait, let me write.
Her name is Bolga. She's the librarian.
Morning, Bolga.
Oh, it's you again. Good morning.
Yes.
What was your name again?
Oh, my name is Mallory.
Good morning, Mallory. Why are you in the library again?
I kept your library safe.
Thank you. You didn't get any slime on the chair again, did you?
Oh, I would never. Scratches like some slime away.
Can you give me a sleight of hand to try and do it discreetly?
Okay, let's see my first check, I guess.
Yep.
Uh,
Aside from your initiative check earlier. Okay, you got an 11. Okay. So a sleight of hand is contested by a perception. Go ahead and roll that. Okay, it doesn't seem that she notices you scraping the flecks of slime off of the chair. I appreciate that. Last time it was a little messy.
Oh, I greatly apologize.
I don't know if you guys can hear the barking or not.
We can. I mean, it's fine. It sounds very loud.
I don't think the stream can, though, because it's not turning green when she barks. Oh, well, now it is.
No. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Now, about my assignments, I have on this. What assignments would I have right now?
So you are going to the evocation class as your major.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have assignments to practice your probably get good with your Eldritch Blast. So some target practice would be good to do. Any other evocation spells that you might have would be good to practice as well. Now warlocks get their spells back on a short rest. So you would be able to you have enough time to use your spell slots up, take a short rest, and still make it to class on time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or you can spend that time doing whatever you want as well. You can also work on your thesis. So I believe I mentioned this in a DM to the group. So let me just reiterate it out loud since you guys are here. So the ultimate goal of the end of the school year is to complete your arcane thesis, which is going to be like designing a new spell, essentially.
Design.
Yep. You guys can work with me in the background for that, but the role-playing thing is going to be doing arcana checks while writing formula and trying to practice them.
Damn, okay. I guess
Now
we'll
the
find a way to
Arcana,
teleport.
the
That is
Arcana.
pretty cool.
Now the Arcana check that is going to be applied to it is going to be your casting stat instead of just intelligence, unless you use intelligence as your casting stat.
Don't I have like a thing that adds my charisma or something? That lets me like cast it with my charisma.
You do cast with your charisma. I was talking about Arcana check. So Arcana check is
okay.
normally intelligence, but for designing the spell, it will be whatever your casting ability is instead of intelligence. So charisma for you.
Well, you should be awake by now. I think I should give him a visit. Ta-ta, Bolgra.
Goodbye. Yeah, I guess you could put. I guess you could put Bolga into your
Yeah, I did.
allies and organizations now. Yeah, half-orc librarian. All right, you're gonna go talk to you. Okay.
A character from session 0.
Yeah. So a fun thing about you is he is also in the evocation class.
Yeah, that's why I went to him.
Yep. He is a sorcerer who primarily uses fire magic.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, where is he? Where would he be? Would I know?
Well, he lives in the dorm as well, so probably the dorm. It's very early morning, so he probably is just waking up.
Okay.
He's
then,
in the men's dorm. So
So Mallory will go there and they will, I guess, locate their door and they will knock very, very loudly on the door.
is that you again, Mallory?
Oh, good morning, you!
Hold on.
I would like to challenge you to a duel.
Again? Come on.
Oh, don't be such a bummer. Come on now.
I'm starting to fall behind on my homework. Please. Give me a moment. Hold on.
It's fine.
Okay, you hear some
Oh, that's
rummaging.
fine.
You hear some rummaging on the other side of the door, and then the door opens. The chain is still in that's keeping it from opening all the way, though. He looks through. He's like, "Look, I'm still recovering from the bruises you gave me last time. Can we wait a few more days before our next duel, please?"
Oh, I'm sure it will be fine.
They still
Come on.
they still smart, please.
Maybe we should get you a doctor first.
I already went to the infirmary. I've got a lot of studying I need to catch up on. Please, can we just like talk to each other for once instead of fighting each other?
Oh, fine.
Thank you.
What would you like to talk about, you?
Well, there's a few
Ben.
assignments that we're supposed to be doing. We could exchange notes. Do you have notes?
Yes. Oh, of course I have notes. You were setting me up for this, aren't you?
Yeah. Okay, well, hold on. Let me get my uniform on and get my school supplies, and I'll meet you over in the cafeteria. Okay?
Yes.
Just- Okay.
So you does that, and while you does that, you hear some like vomiting noises, like.
Oh God. Are you okay over there, Mallory?
And
Oh God.
he looks over and he sees Mallory just.
He's saying that through the door, so he closed the door to get dressed.
okay.
So
Yes. I'm doing great, thank you.
okay. You hear some more rustling on the other side of the door, and then you hear the sound of multiple chains being taken off the door, and he opens. Yeah, he opens it, and you see you standing before you. So, description for the viewers: you is a red-skinned tiefling with some. His horns are pretty similar to mine. They curve back a bit more than mine do, though. He has a it's like a top knot kind of hairdo going on. And he is from he's actually a foreigner to these lands. He comes from a place called Kaifeng. Let's see, what was his full name again that I gave him? I put it on his token. There's a token that represents him here. His name is Yu Hoshiko, so he comes from a far off land from here. He has come to study in one of the most prestigious schools in all the lands. And he is a fire sorcerer. Yeah, he got a bun. It's a top knot.
Okay, and I guess description for Mallory. So they're currently sitting in front of each other. Mallory is a black cat-looking creature. It's a what's the name of the race exactly? Wait, I have it written.
It's a tabaxi.
Yeah, a tabaxi, a black tabaxi. They have like a lot of these like scars everywhere, including where their smile is. They got slime all over, and they have and their school uniform is very, very oversized, since they don't have really small sizes in here apparently. They are holding now, at least they're holding a book which is apparently covered in slime. Sorry, I got a bit here.
What is...
And Mallory grabs a handful of slime and fucking eats it.
Where? Oh, where does that come from?
Well, good morning. Let's go share our notes together.
Morning. Would you like some help cleaning, or?
Oh, I'm fine.
I could just prestidigitation that all like away.
No, I wouldn't really like that. No.
Okay.
I would like to keep things as they are.
It smells. At least let me.
Well, maybe you should take a shower.
At least let me change the smell.
What did he say?
He says, "At least let me change the smell."
Fine.
All right. With a snap of his finger, he says, "What should the? I want to come up with a witty verbal component for this. Hold on. Fuck it. I'll just have him say something in Infernal, because you probably don't understand Infernal."
I don't.
Alright, he says something in Infernal. There we go. I don't have to be witty now. Snaps his fingers.
Let's all assume it was really witty.
Yeah, definitely. Snaps his fingers, and suddenly you smell like lavender instead of whatever you smelled like before. That's much better.
I'm sure. Well, I can't really smell, but I'm sure this smells a lot better now. Thank you, you.
Well, all right.
Thank you,
Let's go to the cafeteria, and if you wouldn't mind sitting like 10 feet away from me, so I don't get any of that on my study materials.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. All right, you guys head to the cafeteria then. You get some food and starts going through his notes, and he says, "So yesterday during Professor what did I say his name was? Fuck, hold on. NPCs, that's right. Professor Hendrick. So yesterday during Professor Hendrick's class, he was talking about the material and verbal components that would be required for the casting of Fireball. He did mention that it has to be something that ties into either an emotion of passion or rage for the verbal component, so I'm having a bit of trouble controlling my Fireball when I try to cast it. But
you could be passionate about me.
Some reason I feel like thinking about you when I cast Fireball would actually work.
Mallory does like wink.
You know what? Good idea. I'll give that a try next time.
No problem. I'm always glad to help.
Yes. So, yeah, I think that would work actually rather well.
Still, about that duel,
I am working on my thesis today. I'm trying I'm trying to make a version of Firebolt that homes in on the target rather than having a chance to miss.
Ah,
Yes.
that does sound pretty exciting.
It does sound pretty exciting, doesn't it? But shh!
Hmm.
There's somebody in my class who keeps trying to copy my homework, so don't tell them.
Ooh, do tell. Who is it?
Alright. Well, there's this other tiefling in class. He's blue, if you could believe it. Disgusting. Not only that, but his horns are short. He tries to make up for his shortcomings by copying my homework because I'm such a more brilliant student than he is. Yes. That's what he... when you have horns that are only an inch long, you do become insecure, so... I'm sure he thinks he can't come up with anything himself.
Shouldn't you be insecure then?
Why would I be insecure? My horns are nice and long.
How long are they? I got a character.
They're like a foot long.
Oh shit! No, okay.
Yeah. They curve back though.
Oh, they curve back. Okay, I guess.
They have kind of a sleek look to them. Yeah. Very polished, very sharp.
Well, okay. Would you tell me where that student sleeps?
Why do you want to know where he sleeps?
Oh, nothing.
Well, the way I understand it, he doesn't actually live in the dorms, so he lives in an apartment, I'm sure. I'm not sure which one, though. If you're wanting to play a prank on him, though, I'm game.
Oh, you are? I thought you were no fun, but it seems
no, I'm fun. I just don't like having Eldritch Blasts thrown at me.
It's Eldritch Splash, thank you.
Whatever it is.
Well,
but no, if you want to play a prank, if you want to play a prank on him before we go to class, we can always try and find out where he lives. He's probably heading toward the academy as we speak. He won't be home. We could put something.
Think he would?
We could always put something in there. That's a good question. I haven't actually sat down to speak with him. All I know is, whenever he looks at me, he looks like he's jealous.
Can I do an insight check if he's jealous on him, or is he jealous?
Yeah, sure you can. Yeah.
Okay.
You can also do a history check as well for things that have happened in your class that you might not have been paying full attention to.
Can I do both? Or
yeah, you can do both. You can do both.
Okay. Insight roll.
Okay, your insight roll is a 9. You cannot tell if he's actually jealous or not. So.
And where's my history? Oh, there it is.
Okay, a 20 history. You remember that? Oh, actually, I should probably give a name to this tiefling, huh? Since he's gonna potentially get pranked. Okay. Okay. Cool. I like that name for a last name. Okay, so the name of the tiefling in question is Lucas Amok. So the last name is a bit fiendish. So Lucas actually, you remember this from last semester, scored higher on the tests that you guys were taking at the end of the semester than you did. By about 3 points higher.
Guy.
He got about 3 points more than he did.
And that's the only thing I can remember?
That is the most relevant information you can remember about these two potentially having a rivalry.
Well, good enough. Okay.
Yep, that's the relevant information.
Okay, so how are we gonna start this?
I think we should put something into his apartment. Or change something
we
about
better
his
go find
apartment.
it.
That'd be funny.
Uh,
Oh, I have an
Ooh.
idea. I have an idea.
hmm.
He points at you, specifically the slime that's covering your body, and he says,
Me?
"How about you roll around in his bed?"
Ooh, that does sound like fun. I do like soft things.
Mm-hmm. It'd be great.
Well,
It'll be
sure.
great. You know what? We probably shouldn't be seen together before the prank, though. So I'll go look up.
Hmm.
I'll go look up where he lives on the registry, and then I'll give you the information. You sneak into his house, roll around in the bed, and then come back to the
Okay.
class, and nobody will be none the wiser.
Okay then. That sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah. All right. Stay here. I'll go look at the registry. He closes up his stuff, puts it in his bag. All right. Are you going to eat anything at all while he's gone? I don't think you need to eat, though, do you?
Well, Mallory, I guess, attempts to chew something, but then just spits it out.
Okay.
They only chew. They only chew and then just vomit it out, and that's it.
Okay. Got it. All right. So after a short while, you hear Yu's voice in your head, and he says, "I've discovered where he lives," and he gives you the address, and it turns out to be this house over here that I'm circling in red. Right there.
Well, I'll get right to it. Thank you for helping me. You.
You don't hear a response. So he used the message cantrip, so.
I also have the message. Could I not?
Oh, you have the message
back?
cantrip? Yeah, you can message back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Then yeah, I say those things.
He
So I
says,
guess
"All right, good luck. Make sure you don't get caught."
Of course, I will never be caught.
Oh, and if you see any of his notes lying around, feel free to take them.
I'll try to copy. I
That'll-
don't want to get caught.
Well, he copied off of me anyway. That's the only reason he even passed that test.
You are right.
Those notes were stolen from me by him copying them.
Well, I'll be on my way.
All right, good luck.
Good luck. And Mallory will go there, I guess.
Okay,
and knock
so-
on the door.
Let's move you over here. Okay, so you go up to the door, you knock.
Knock. Yep.
There is no answer.
Well, can I open it?
You try the door handle, and you find the door is locked. You can give me a perception
Is there a-
check to look around if you'd like. Or an investigation,
see-
whichever is higher.
Yeah, I would try to see if I can find a key or an entrance.
Okay.
Well,
They're not just going to leave a key lying around, more than likely. You could try under the doormat.
Sounds
Maybe
like
there'll
they'll
be
do.
something.
yeah, and which check did you say again?
It's either an investigation check for searching for something, or a perception check for seeing things.
Okay, perception is
Okay, you get a 10. So, looking around, you don't see any sign of anything that would help you open the door. You do, however, see that there's a chimney on the roof.
Oh boy. Well.
Also, the backyard has no fence, so.
Oh, then I'll go to the backyard. Is
Okay.
there like any doors or anything? Anything at all?
Yeah, there's another door on the back side here. It's a double door. It is closed, and it has a It's actually not that exciting of a design for the door, so I'm not going to spend time describing it. You see that there is also a window that is closed back here, and you have a kind of you can see into the dining room from over here through the window.
Ooh. And there is no one in the house.
You see a cat sitting on top of the table licking itself, like a house cat. It's like licking its paws right now.
I guess Mallory will do the same. Kind of try to mimic the cat a little bit.
Okay, the cat notices you and stops doing what it's doing and stares at you.
Mallory stares back, smiling.
You see the cat's hair start to stand up a little bit, and it arches its back while it stands up on all fours. And it does this like
waves.
it bares its teeth at you and then jumps off the table and runs away. You can't hear what happened, but it was probably hissing at you.
Wait a minute. Can I... Wait, I have a spell for this. Maybe. Can I... What's the name of the teleportation? Misty spell? Through the window or something?
Misty step? Yep, you can teleport to a point you can see within range, so yes.
Okay, then I do that.
Alright, you Misty step. So you become... Your entire body becomes this mist. You can tell me what color the mist is, though. Instead of silvery, you can be a different color. So there's like it would be like kind of a shiny purple color. You turn into mist, and you actually go through the gaps that are in the windows, like the windowsill. My dog is just going fucking insane. Hold on.
Yeah, what happened?
Hey, come here. Go in there. No. In here. Come on. Go in there. Don't keep constantly barking at everything. Goodness gracious. I'm glad it doesn't pick up as much on the stream, at least, because of the filter. Where were we? Oh yeah, so you reconstitute your body once you're inside while you're standing next to the dining table now.
Ooh.
You see in the kitchen there's like this this box that has a bunch of dirty dishes in it.
Dirty dishes. Huh. I think I did learn how to clean those. I think I should try. Can I?
Now this is a
can
prank
Mallory
right
try
here.
to clean the dishes? Yeah, now this is an epic prank.
This is an epic prank. Sure. There was sure, you can try to clean the dishes. How would you like to do that? There's not exactly
I'll roll.
There's not exactly a roll for it, yeah. So you're gonna look around the kitchen and find his cleaning supplies, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like however they cleaned dishes back then. I don't know.
Oh, the city has working plumbing thanks to magical pressure in the pipes. This is a place founded. This is a place founded by mages. So, okay, you're not going to use your slime to clean it then. Cool. That's why I asked.
No,
yeah, they have running water. So you use the sink and you start washing them off. Takes you about, let's see. Takes you like 12 minutes to finish cleaning the plates that are in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, those do look much cleaner now. Well, what did I come here for? When Mallory looks around, do you see anything else?
In the kitchen, you see that there's a few cupboards. There's a chest in here as well that is closed up.
Hmm.
It seems a bit. There's a little bit of like mist coming out from the chest.
Mist. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a little cold. Like the mist is cold.
Can I try to like just slightly open it, or is it locked?
Yeah, it opens up when you try.
Okay, what?
So the inside of the chest, you see that like the actual chest itself on the inside is covered in like these little ice crystals. It seems the chest has been enchanted to be cold on the inside, and you see that there are a few treats that are inside of the chest here that are being kept cold.
Oh, treats like
He
for
has
animals?
fucking ice cream in here, dude.
Oh, ice cream. Hmm.
This is
wait.
his personal ice cream stash.
Sorry, my mom told me to do something. Okay, I'm back. Well, Mallory closes it. Well, I forgot why I came here, but I'm sure it's fine. And they misty step out the window.
Okay. You misty step out the window. So some time has passed, and you probably get heading to class here soon, based on how much time has passed.
Yeah, and we're gonna meet up now.
Yeah. So you head back to the school then?
Yeah.
All right. You have successfully washed the dishes of Lucas Amok.
Misty step in, washes dishes. Misty step out.
He's gonna be so confused when he goes to wash his dishes later. All right, so you come back to the school, and you is no longer in the cafeteria.
I should go to my class. I like to be early.
All right, yeah, you'll be a few minutes early at least, yeah. All right, cool, there we go. So, now that we have done the introductory RP things, we're going to go ahead and just do a summary of what happens for the rest of the school day here while you guys are in your main classes. So, Varka, you go over to the Battle Academy to study with Master Grimm.
Of course.
Foxy's, if you're here right now.
I am here.
Okay, cool. So you are choosing to study conjuration so you can learn teleportation magics, right?
Yes.
You are an arcane trickster rogue. You currently don't know any conjuration spells as far as I'm aware.
I know 4.
You know 4 conjuration spells? So hold on, let me take a look.
3.
Let me open up Balin real quick. Oh yeah, Poison Spray is a conjuration. That's right. Mage Hand is a conjuration. Okay, cool. Okay, actually, yeah, you do know some conjuration spells then.
I know 3.
And Unseen Servant. Perfect. Yeah, so this is good for a homeroom for you. So you head to conjuration class. So let's put you over here. You and Mallory are going to their evocation classroom.
Ooh.
And Gorm is going to Professor Zarag's classroom. Okay. Cool. So, we'll go off the turn order again. So, Balin, you are in your conjuration classroom, and Professor Cormick is giving a lecture on the subject that you would like to study, actually, of teleportation today. He is going over basic teleportation spells that allow you to move over short distances. He is teaching the basics of the Misty Step spell, which he already knows. Which Mallory already knows, thanks to the patron. But basically, Balin, you have a chance to learn a new spell here during this class period. However, it's going to require you to pay full attention.
I am trying my best.
You described previously your character has trouble paying attention in class,
Yes,
so
it does.
I'm going to have you do what's known as a concentration check, but instead of using Constitution, you're going to use your intelligence because your casting stat is intelligence. So, go ahead and just go ahead and roll an intelligence saving throw. Yeah. Nice. Cool. You're able to pay attention during class today. So, you take some notes. It's going to take some practice to start learning this spell. However, you have now recorded the formula that you're going to need to start practicing. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean it's added to your spell list yet. It's probably going to take you a few days or even weeks to actually learn the spell, but you have the potential to start learning it here.
Okay. My thesis will be about something with swords and teleportation.
Okay, cool. Very cool. All right, Varka. During your class today, your teacher, Professor Grimm, is having the students spar with one another, teaching a... Actually, wait, what was the weapon fighting? What was the fighting style that you went with?
Can I see it somewhere in my character?
Yeah, it'd be on your character sheet. So paladins get what is known as a fighting style at some point. I don't remember if it's at first level or later, though. So let's take a look at your fighting style. Great weapon fighting. Okay, cool. So basically, he's having you guys undergo your basic fighting style training to basically maintain what you've already learned so far. But later in the day, he does announce that within the next few classes, we're going to be starting a more advanced lesson. Yeah. Cool. What was the fighting style he's going to have you learn here? There we go. Okay, this is a homebrew campaign, so you might earn more things from your class that you wouldn't normally get. So, just a heads up for all of you guys. Like, this is a school to learn things, so you get your normal level up stuff, but you also get like extra stuff from learning from your instructors. Okay, so he's going to start teaching the defense fighting style, which is one that will make you use your armor more effectively. Essentially, fight in your armor more effectively while maintaining your focus on the fight.
All right.
Yep. He also gives a sermon. Like after class, he also gives a sermon because this is a faith-based order of warriors. Basically, he's he's reading from the holy book of Kazdiel to his class. So.
Bible reading club.
Yeah, part of your studies is to pray to your god. So. And then for Gorm, during Zarag's teachings, he asks you. He's basically asking you guys to all practice the verbal components that you were supposed to be practicing before. So, and he's going to be observing everybody's performance. So, what I'll have you do is using because you're a faith-based caster, we're going to use religion instead of Arcana here. Mm-hmm. We're going to use your religion check instead of Arcana for your stuff.
Religion's intelligence-based.
It is intelligence-based, but do you have proficiency in it?
No, because that's I'm not an intelligence caster, so I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, so you are a bit disadvantaged to the rest of the class then. Your thesis is going to be based off of your casting stat. However, practicing your spells is, or at least the knowledge for your spells is not based off of it. If you get what I mean.
Well, hocus pocus, let's roll a nat 20.
Hocus pocus, don't lose focus. You got a 14. Cool. All right, so good. Yeah, you get some words in that are good. You had that experience earlier today where you were more in tune with your casting when you killed that goblin than you would otherwise be writing on paper. So you've used that experience from earlier in the day to improve your verbal components. Zerag actually seems impressed by your work. He says, excellent work. I believe you were having trouble with that before, yes?
Gorm is absolutely sweating and looks like he just probably completed an impossible task. Yes, sir.
Good work. It seems everybody in the class is ready to move on to the next step. Let's see here now. Gorm, let me take a look at your spells real quick, just to check if you know the spell already or not.
Okay. Well, I probably know it, but I don't have it prepared.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so you have your second level spells already, of course. Today, we are going to start studying into a higher level of magic than any that you have experienced so far. Today, I will begin teaching your first third level spell. And he starts writing on the chalkboard a formula that he calls Animate Dead.
Oh boy.
Yep. And he spends that whole time giving a lecture on Animate Dead. Now, Gorm, you said, is big on honor and pays attention during class. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to absorb everything that is taught, however. Correct?
That's probably correct, especially since this is a third level spell. He doesn't have any third level spell slot, so he may have a little trouble as compared to those who may have third level spell slots in this class.
Yeah. So Professor Zerag did say earlier a higher level of magic that none of you have experienced yet. So everybody here has second level spells so far, but no third.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is essentially the class that will start teaching you how to use third level spells. So, Zerag gives a lecture on Animate Dead, along with the laws that go along with that. Because it is heavily regulated in Andronia. Basically, anybody who's on death row or has been executed as a criminal is fair game for Animate Dead. Anybody who died of natural causes or was like not a criminal in life is illegal, because using necromancy on a corpse forces the soul of that person to be forfeit and sends it to hell.
Nice.
So they don't allow the use of necromancy such as this on the corpses of Andronia's honored dead. Basically, crypt robbing for corpses is illegal and is punishable by death.
All right.
Yep. So he says, don't go practicing on any random corpse you find. Make sure it's a legal and sanctioned one. And then for Aatroc, your class, Mallory's class, Professor Hendrick takes you guys all on a field trip today.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. So he is going to take you guys outside of the city walls, by the way, and out into the mountains north of the city. Basically, he has set up a shack out there that has a teleportation circle that he has all of you guys go through one circle and come out the other, and then he joins you on the other side. He says, today, we're going to be looking for some monsters for the menagerie. This is a chance for you guys to show me your evocation skills. Try not to kill what we're looking for, though, because we're trying to capture, not kill. So, I mean, if you have to kill it, I understand. Self-defense, you know? Try not to burn the forest down, though, if you use fire magic. I don't want to have to deal with the paperwork for that again, and he looks over at you. So, just try to keep it down a Not you, but you, the student.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He does know very well. Okay.
And you has a little bit of sweat on his face as he says that.
Mallory nudges you.
All right, so meet back here at 3 p.m. Anybody who finds a particularly rare monster will be getting bonus credit. So good luck. Don't get killed out here. Because that's more paperwork I'll have to deal with. Oh, and reminder for anybody who has objections about, objections. By the way, his hair is smoking a little bit as he's talking. For anybody who has objections about being put in dangerous situations, again, I remind you, you signed the waiver at the start of the school year. Not my problem. Good luck. And he sits down.
Waiting to show what I can do now.
And he goes back into the shack, sits down, and starts reading a book. Yep. Cope, Steve, don't be part of this classroom if you've got a problem with it.
Alright, then Mallory will rush to try to find something interesting.
Alright, can you give me either a survival check for tracking things or an investigation for searching for things?
Let's see, what is higher? Higher. Survival is one, and what's the other one? Investigation?
The other one is survival and investigation, one or the other.
Okay, I guess survival.
Okay, you got a 19. Wonderful.
Ooh.
Wonderful. Okay. Let's see here. Some evidence that you find. God, she's still barking from my bedroom. That's incredible.
Yeah. Get her a friend.
You're level 3. Okay. This is mountain. There we go. Okay. Can you roll me a d10? Actually, no. You know what? I'll roll it myself.
Oh.
Ooh. Actually, you're gonna like this one. This is one of the nicer ones instead of a mean one. Cool. So, as you are moving through the forest, Valerie, do you follow you around at all, or do you go off on your own to do this?
On my own.
Okay. So you go off on your own, and you come across a small stream, and on the other side of the stream, you see a small, kind of cat-sized creature on the other side of the water. However, it looks like a little tiny dragon, and it's drinking from the stream. It notices you as you approach, and looks at you. Can you give me a Arcana check, or actually no, give me either an Arcana or a Nature.
Arcana or Nature?
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the posture check, by the way. Okay, you got a 19. Very nice. So, Aatrox, or should I say Mallory? Mallory recognizes that this is what is known as a pseudo-dragon. They are often prized as pets by mages throughout the world. So, however, a person does not choose a pseudo-dragon as its pet. The pseudo-dragon chooses the person that they want to be with.
Oh.
They are known for being rather skittish around strangers, however. So, it is staring at you, and it has not moved yet.
Well, Mallory will do what Mallory does and stare back.
Okay. It blinks slowly a few times toward you.
Mallory, I guess, waves a little.
It tilts its head a bit and takes a single step back as you move your hand.
Well, okay, question out of game, because I'm pretty new to D&D still. If I attack it, can I like disable its movement, or will it just like Is that like not a thing?
So there's a few things you can do. Some things you can declare that you're attacking non-lethally. However, magic is rather volatile, so it's hard to do that at all with magic. There are spells that will do things that are non-lethal in their description, but spells that are lethal, such as Eldritch Blast, are not so easy to control. You can make what's known as a called shot and roll with disadvantage as well to try to take out like a limb or something.
Hendrik did say.
By the way, this thing is this thing is the size of a cat. By the way, like a house cat. So.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, let me get a picture of it out on here, the screen here, real quick for you. Pseudo dragon. Yeah, they're just little guys. Just itty bitty little guys. Okay, let me pull this up and I'll show it to you guys. Okay, do you see the picture?
Yep.
Okay. Do you see it on your screen, Aatrox? Yeah, this particular pseudo dragon has more of a green scales, or it has more green scales to it, so it's not red like the one in the picture.
Okay. So what Mallory is gonna do is, if they start flying, they're gonna shoot. But before they start flying away, Mallory is gonna speak in Draconic. You seem nice.
It doesn't. It stops moving, and looks at you again. And it give me an insight real quick.
Okay. Insight.
Okay, you get a 7. You're not entirely sure what the look that it gives you means, but it seems to like emote in response to what you said. A bit.
What's emote?
It does this like it makes like this noise and like kind of like squints its eyes at you a little bit, not like in a menacing way though. Well, you know how like a cat will like squint toward its owner sometimes and just like watch its owner. Yeah, it does kind of that, and it goes.
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. How silly. My name is Mallory. I'm learning some magic in the school over close nearby. Are you hungry?
Okay, so Aatrox, as you ask that, it kind of like wiggles its tail a little bit, and you see an image of a fish in your mind.
Ooh, a fish. Oh, you're trying to catch a fish. I can help. Are there any fishes like visible in the pond right now?
Yeah, there's a few fish swimming in the stream. They're not very big,
Mallory... it's fine. Can Mallory just try to catch one with their hand? It's kind of easy to do that.
Also, you feel a bit of a reluctance, like this isn't an emotion coming from you. It feels something different. You feel like it's not you, of course, like I say, but there's like this reluctance to get wet that you're feeling in your mind all of a sudden, just like for a moment. It's not coming from you.
Okay. Well, then Mallory will try to grab a fish with their bare hands. Or sleeves, because their sleeves are very long.
So normally catching fish is like a survival. Since you're not using equipment to do it, can you roll a survival with disadvantage?
Please, it would be so fun if I could just catch a fish.
That's a nat 1. Okay,
oh my God.
you
the fish runs
plunge your hand into the water, and you instead fall into the water.
I fall.
Now the stream isn't deep, by the way. It goes up to about like, if you were to step into it, it would maybe go like into like up to your like up past your calf and up to your knee. So like it's not deep enough for you to like get swept away by it or anything. But you are all wet
So
now.
Mallory... Okay, so Mallory stands up. So that's how you want to play, huh? And
The dragon
Mallory's
also
gonna
jumped. The pseudo dragon also jumped away from the stream to avoid the splash. By the way,
Okay.
it looks
Stand back,
shocked by
little
what just
one.
happened.
Stand back, little one. I'm gonna take care of this. And Mallory is gonna try to Eldritch blast the water. Is that okay? Will that work?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, then that's what.
Okay, roll your Eldritch Blast.
Splash.
You got a 17. Okay, yeah, you can easily hit one of these little fish in here. All right, can you describe your spell for me real quick?
I did make a description here. You can.
Oh, okay,
Goo
cool.
leaks out of
Goose.
Mallory's eyes, and they shoot a purple,
My God.
misty beam of energy that splashes on a creature within range. Mightn't feel good.
Okay, cool. Can you roll the damage on that real quick?
Do I click Eldritch Blast again? I think I do.
There you go. Okay, cool. You deal one damage. Wait. Did you not take agonizing?
What?
Did you not take
What?
agonizing
Yeah.
blast?
I did. I don't think that's. I don't
Okay,
think
so you would add
did
your
that correctly.
with agonizing blast. You would add your charisma
3.
modifier.
Okay, so it's
that's
4
a
damage.
that's a 4. Okay, so you blast a small hole into the fish, and it dies and stops swimming.
Ah, that's much better. Okay. Here you go, little one. And Mallory throws it towards the little dragon.
Okay, the pseudo dragon sniffs the fish, grabs it, shakes it a bit, and then swallows it whole. And it goes, and you feel a feeling of satisfaction suddenly enter your mind.
Would you mind coming with me to my professor? I'm trying to find something cool for him. And you look pretty rare.
Can you give me a persuasion? As it regards you while you're saying this, and you feel a bit of a sense of pride within your mind now, as you say that it looks rare. A natural 20. Okay. Yeah. So the pseudo dragon kind of waves its tail behind it while it stares at you. Looks around a bit. And then it like crawls up to you.
Aw, thank you. Mallory will like bap him on the head twice. You know, I can get you more fish in the future. I'm not really scared of water.
The pseudo dragon pushes its head against your leg and runs its whole body across your leg like a cat does.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, that is very cute. Oh my god. Okay. Well, they go together to Hendrik.
All right, it follows you. All right, okay, you come back to the shack that Professor Hendrik was waiting at, and he doesn't look up from his book immediately. But you notice no other students have returned just yet. He looks up he looks up as you come over, and he's like, he just looks at you, and he's like, "Found a pseudo dragon." The pseudo dragon hides behind your legs. By the way, as he gets up out of his chair. Oh, whoa.
No need to be
hold on.
scared, little one.
No, it's okay. I like pseudo dragons. I've met a few of them actually. Some of my friends have. Some of my friends are friends with pseudo dragons. He gets down on his one knee to like lower himself. He says, "It's okay. You don't have to be scared. We're not going to lock you up in anything. Pseudo dragons are meant to be free. It's incredible that you managed to get one to follow you, though."
No, it's nothing. They're quite friendly. Aren't you, little buddy? And
It nods at you, yeah.
Hendrik?
Well, this is in fact a accomplishment, actually. You know, I was going to give... You know how I said I was going to give extra credit to anybody who found something rare?
Mm.
This is exceptionally rare. So, congratulations on that extra credit. This isn't going to go into the menagerie, however. Pseudo Dragon doesn't deserve to be locked up anywhere. If it follows you around, then, well, that's up to the Pseudo Dragon.
Well, thank you, little buddy. Because of you, now I have bonus score. And Mallory gives him like a little paw to give him a high five.
It like tilts its head at the paw, and instead puts its head into the paw.
Nah. Oh, right.
Like it's sniffing your hand, as if it's looking for another fish.
Fucking adorable. Oh my god.
When it finds you don't have another fish in your hand, it just kind of snorts a little bit and pulls its head away.
Oh, I was also confused about this. It's called a high paw. You do it like this, and Mallory just high fives himself. See?
Pseudo Dragon yawns and sits down.
Okay. Well, what do I do now, Hendrik?
You get this kind of feeling of meh coming from the Pseudo Dragon after you do the high five example. Hendrik is like, doesn't seem to be interested in doing high fives.
Hendrik or the dragon?
No, Hendrik said that. It doesn't seem to be very interested in doing the high five. But, yeah, congratulations. We'll just wait for the rest of your classmates to come back. Actually, if you want to go through the teleportation circle, if the dragon is willing to follow you back, then I would say you should do so before the rest of the class gets here. Pseudo dragons are skittish, after all.
So do you say?
It looks at Professor Hendrik as Hendrik speaks, and it looks back to you as you speak to it, and it looks into the shack, and it goes ah! And just starts walking over toward the stream again.
Oh, are you hungry again? I mean, we have a lot of free time. I'm sure we can get more fish. Do I get any specific feeling, or is it just more hungry or more grumpy?
Yeah, you have more images of fish.
Okay, then let's just say we're gonna go hunt fish and things, but other
also,
people
you
should
already got your extra credit as well. So basically, what happens is the class is over. The pseudo dragon doesn't want to follow you back to the school just yet. You're gonna probably have to come back here and do some more like easing into it. But after it gets some more fish from you, you have this feeling of thankfulness that comes into your mind. And the dragon, or the pseudo dragon, stuffs its mouth full of as many fish as it can, as long as you provided some, and it starts going away.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, thank you again. Ta-ta.
It like flicks its tail at you as it's leaving.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
it then.
Cool. Okay, so everybody is done with their classes then. Now, or at least their homeroom classes. Now they finally get to have the class that they all share together, which is Andronian Law.
Yay!
and ethical.
Yay.
It's law and ethics. So in magic. So everybody is required to study this. Professor Zerag also teaches this class. There's a bit of a break between this class and the previous classes, though. So you guys have some free time to spend, about an hour. So how would you all like to spend that? Would you like to meet up before class, since you all share the class? Maybe hang out a little bit, or
All meet up together.
What'd you
I
say?
agree
Yeah,
with
that'd be
that,
cool.
yeah.
I said you guys all share this class together,
No,
so you
dragon.
could.
I
Dragon.
heard what you said. I didn't hear what
Oh.
Dragon Panther said.
We should all meet up, I think, no? That would be nice.
Oh,
Foxy's, where did
Sure.
you go? What the hell?
I'm literally over here.
Your token slid across the entire map for a second and then came back.
What?
It was weird.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna put you guys in the courtyard. Since that's a popular hangout place. If you guys are gonna all meet up to hang out again, then we'll put you there. There we go.
Are there any other people?
Yeah, there's other students walking around. I'm not gonna populate the whole map with the clutter of that though, because then I'd have to get rid of them for other things anyway. So let me just do a little description of the courtyard here. As you can see, there's some rose bushes, some trees, a fountain. The fountain there has a statue of Archmage Jericho Viliradril, who was the founder of the college. He died a long time ago. This is more of a memorial to him. Yep, he was a high elf as well, like the current headmaster is. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the music for now. So need to scroll down a little bit here. There we go. What? What are you? He's doing his side things. Okay, so it is. As it is the beginning of winter, it is a bit cold out here. It's not too cold, though. Your uniforms give you enough warmth to not have to worry about it. There is still some light snow happening out here. The mountain was a bit snowier, by the way, Aatrox. I forgot to mention that. So the players here are in between their normal classes and Andronian Law and Ethics in Magic. What would you guys like to do in the courtyard before going to class? Would you guys like to talk to each other? There's only a little bit of snow on the ground. You'd probably run out pretty quick.
I try to catch as much sun as I can, and I cuddle with all my very excessive coats because I hate the cold, and I'm like looking at the oh, do you like this kind of weather? What is this? Can we go inside, please?
All you need to do is just put on more layers. Do that next time, please.
I can't walk anymore. I am a ball of cake. Coats. Help me. Okay, I'm running inside. It's gone. Bye.
So as you guys are talking here, and she starts walking toward, he starts walking. Balin, he starts walking toward the entrance to part of the building. The rest of you would notice that Professor Lorelei, the transmutation professor, has arrived in the courtyard and is going to the. She walks right past Balin and Varka as they're walking over here. She does not seem to notice anybody that she's walking past, however, as she bumps into Balin and drops some of the supplies that she's carrying, such as scrolls and her spell book. She says, "Oh, I didn't notice you when I was walking by. My apologies. That's everywhere." She starts. She's
she dropped. And
so I don't have
so hard if I should help her that she already picks it up.
Well, she starts picking them up. There's scrolls everywhere on the ground now.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
so long if I should help her that I don't.
So Professor Lorelei, she is a human female. She wears rather large glasses. She's on the older side with long graying hair and visible wrinkles in her face, and she looks extremely tired all the time. However, today she seems a bit irritated as well. She says, "If you wouldn't mind, could you help me pick these up? I'm in a bit of a hurry."
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I pick it up.
Thank you. Thank you for the help.
What happened? Why are you so mad today? Usually you're
Mad?
less mad and more tired.
I'm not mad. I'm fine. It's just cold. I don't want to be in the cold.
Sure is. I'm going faster to go inside.
Thank you for the help, at least. I don't have a token for Professor Lorelei yet, but she has a bit of a hunched back as she walks through the courtyard. And she goes past you guys. It goes down this way. Yep.
Okay.
If anybody would like to give me a perception check as she goes by as well, then I will accept those.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm going off of passive
Where's
perception. Okay.
perception? Oh, there it is.
Okay, Gorm.
I'm not looking at them.
Ooh. I did something.
Nice. Gorm, you notice something a bit strange about her hand, particularly her right hand. Varka and Mallory would also notice this as she walks past them. Her hand seems to be a different color entirely from the rest of her skin, in that it is far more pale than everything else and doesn't have any wrinkles on it.
Can I make a medicine check?
Sure.
Oh,
That is most, yeah. So that's pretty average. Yeah, Ari is barking. Yeah. Being a naughty dog. Sorry about the barking, viewers. I'm gonna try and calm her down a little bit real quick.
Woof woof.
Oof, oof.
Bestie. Where the...
Your head still hurts.
And I ate. It was yummy. But I'm out.
Oh. Well, we're almost done, at least. So you could rest soon.
I found that when she's barking a lot, putting her in her crate with a blanket over it makes her take a nap.
Just like
She's
birds.
tired.
Yep. Like birds. I remember when I had birds. I had parakeets. They're fun. Okay, so yeah, a 10 medicine. You can tell that's not really normal, but maybe she's had some work done. Mm-hmm.
So, as I notice her hand, I call out, "Miss, is your hand all right? It looks a little different from the rest of your body."
Oh, I forgot to put it back to normal. She shakes her hand around and the wrinkles reappear and it goes back to like her normal skin tone. Thank you. Sometimes I lose track of what's been transmuted and what hasn't been. Thank you.
No problem. I look around, kind of weirded out, and I keep enjoying the snow.
Okay. She continues on, going toward the southern side of the building, and disappears through the doors. All right. If there's anything else anybody would like to do before going to the law class, then please say so now. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and shift scenes to the classroom.
No, I don't really have anything.
Yeah, let's go to the law class.
Okay. Then we shall do so. Okay, go ahead and... Hold on, wait. I forgot. Hold on. I need to paste you guys here too.
No,
hold on. These are the updated tokens.
Dang.
I miss Nutty.
You took my place.
Oh.
There were two Varkas now.
There were two Varkas, yeah. Okay. So everybody takes their seats, and Professor Zarag comes through the doors after everybody is seated.
Do we all stand up?
You can if you want. Professor Zarag. I'll zoom in. Sorry. Professor Zarag stops about halfway through this spot, looks over toward where Nutty's seat is, and then it's quiet in here because the students all stop talking as soon as Professor Zarag comes in, and you hear a
I give a little giggle very quietly.
as Professor Zarag walks up to his desk and places a rather large tome on top of it with a thud. Welcome back to Andronian Law and Ethics. How was your break?
Does he expect all of us to
It's
answer at
cold.
the same time?
Firm will speak up and just say, "A bit cold outside, sir."
Indeed. With the winter weather coming in, it is indeed going to get colder. Now, enough chit-chat. Nobody else answered, but he still said that anyway. I love Professor Zarag, by the way.
He gave me a mark. He's mean.
He gave you a mark. That was for last semester. That your name isn't on there anymore.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm
So
still scared of him.
okay, that's fair. That is fair, actually. Professor Zarag is a half-orc with a green tinge to his skin. He has a... I'm just going to zoom in on the portrait here. I am using a temporary portrait for Professor Zarag that I downloaded off the internet because I don't have money to commission people for all the tokens I'm going to need. So I'm just going to use this for now. That's basically what he looks like, except he is a little less like dark of a green. It's more of a lighter green for his skin. He is, as a half-orc, usually they don't live super long, but he is actually in his mid-90s, which is abnormal for a half-orc to reach. This is probably thanks to his proclivities as a necromancer. Now, as he begins opening his book here, a spectral hand appears next to the chalkboard and picks up a piece of chalk and writes magic, ethics, and law, placing bullet points on the board behind him. He says, "Students, please turn to page 230 of your textbooks." It's vital. He starts reading from the book. It is vital that mages know the laws surrounding their craft to ethically practice without getting in trouble with the law or damaging the greater society. As magic users, we carry a power the common people do not, but you already know this from first semester. Now, in the textbook, you should see a list of examples of magical contraband. These include Corvian relics, artifacts of the dragon gods, and items enchanted with magic that indiscriminately affect anyone that comes within range. Such harmful and dangerous objects are banned by imperial law. Being found guilty of carrying or hoarding such contraband will result in imprisonment with an Arsium collar for an amount of time determined by the courts. Arsium, and the chalk begins writing about the material. As you may recall, is classified as an anti-magic material, as it radiates a magic dampening field. The Andronian courts use it for the suppression of magic from magic criminals. If you ever encounter someone that uses Arsium armor or weaponry, you should not engage in battle with them as a mage. You should let someone more experienced in melee combat deal with them. Is this to try and pay attention, Mallory?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, cool. Both of you start to just kind of like start zoning out a bit.
When I heard melee, I kinda like woke up a little more. Like, finally, not magic.
Now, the purer the Arceum, the more powerful the effect. Now,
More magic.
can anyone tell me what the penalty for unsanctioned, and as he is speaking, his words are cut short by a small grotesque creature opening the door to the classroom. Hold on just a second. Oh, there's no token for this. Okay. Then I'm just going to describe it. So a small grotesque creature that almost looks like it's made out of clay opens the door to the classroom. Does anybody have an Arcana bonus of 4 or higher?
No.
No.
No? Okay. Then I will allow you guys to make Arcana checks to try to figure out what this is.
Nice.
6, 2, 20. Cool. Mallory gets a 9. Okay. Balin, you recognize this creature as a homunculus. It is a construct that serves its master, usually a wizard or some other spellcaster. This particular homunculus is shambling toward Zarag and speaks to him in Orcish. Does anybody here speak Orcish?
No.
Okay. So, the words that you guys can at least make out sound like names. It says something Zarag, a few other words you don't understand, and then Valen Vosk, and a few other words. Upon hearing the name Valen Vosk, Zarag closes his book. He has this grim look on his face, and he says, "Class is dismissed early. Please proceed to independent studies or recreation in your dormitories. Stay in your dorms until further notice." And he begins
Professor?
leaving the classroom. Okay, so you say
before he
professor
goes
before
away.
he...
Yeah. Is something wrong? What was that?
Please proceed to your dormitory or your apartments.
Is there danger? Why you sound so...
I will explain more later. For now, follow emergency protocols.
Emergency.
And he exits the room.
Guess who's gonna stealthily follow him?
Oh,
All
no.
right. Can you give me a stealth check, please? As you have a cloak of Elvenkind, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you pull it out of your bag, put it on, and pull the hood up.
It's one of the many coats I put on. So yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so you got an 18. That means he has to make a perception when you start following him, and he has disadvantage on the roll due to the effect of the cloak of Elvenkind. Excuse me.
Not the best odds for my +7, but yeah, sure.
Still good. I have a +7 at level 3. Wow.
It's my expertise.
Oh,
Slay.
Slay.
didn't I finish his character? Okay, yeah, I did. I don't know why it had Character Mancer instead of character sheet. There we go.
Are we allowed to look at your stream?
What the hell happened to his character sheet? It's at level 1 instead of level 15 like it's supposed to be.
15.
Okay.
He's a
well,
teacher.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just going to go off of what I remember from his character sheet before.
No.
He has disadvantage. Okay, he does not seem to notice as you start following him. You're probably tailing like a bit of a ways behind him.
I am
So you stay out
telling
of
him
sight.
and I message Varka. It sounded pretty urgent, so I'll see what he's doing.
The other students in the class begin filing out and heading toward the dormitories, by the way.
I try to stealthily follow along with.
Oh my god, Varka's gonna get you caught! Varka, what kind of armor are you wearing?
I'm sorry, this is my job. I have
Fucking big ass person just hovering behind you.
heavy armor, but like I have.
Yep.
Oh, disadvantage.
Oh, come on, I have a 20.
Yeah, but that's disadvantage. You take the lower of the two results. Okay, so as Professor Zarag is going through the hall here, he is walking with a faster pace than you normally see him walk with, and he stops, turns around, looks at you, Varka, and he says, "Go to your dorm before I make you." No, you live in an apartment, don't you? Go to your apartment.
I hear that and I message Vaga. I'll tell you what's happening. You can go for now. I'll be fine. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, the Foxies, by the way, Balin like ducks behind a corner as Zarag is turning around.
Ducks what? Wait.
Ducks behind a corner so that
Yes.
Professor Zarag doesn't see you.
Yes.
Okay, so I nod and I defeatedly walk away.
I'm sorry, Vaga.
What the hell is that noise? Oh, somebody's using a fucking chainsaw out there. Oh, they're cutting the branches off the tree in their yard. Okay. Interesting. Weird. Anyway, sorry, I got a little distracted by the chainsaw noises coming from outside. Okay. So, Foxies, you follow Zarag all the way over to the headmaster's office.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, he goes into the headmaster's office along with the rest of the teachers, or the professors here.
Okay.
And the doors close behind him. You may attempt to quickly try to sneak in if you want. Okay, can you roll me in?
To open.
No,
I'll sneak in.
No, I mean like slip through the door before it closes all the way is what I meant.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Can you give me a new stealth check, please, with advantage, of course? 15. Okay. So everybody that's in the room has disadvantage on the check to spot you.
That's so bad.
Okay. Well, that's a nat 1, so I got a nat 1 on my check just now.
Everyone is rolling. Y'all, I did
that's a lot of rolls.
That's a lot of rolls. Can you stop rolling, please?
There's a lot of people in this room right now. Okay.
Who's noticing me? There's enough for someone to notice me. Okay, stop rolling.
And that's the last one. Okay. Foxies,
no one notices.
Nobody seems to notice you.
Nobody
seems to notice you. If they do, they haven't said anything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You see all of the professors in the headmaster's office. They're all seated in their own chairs, while the headmaster is present sitting in one. He seems to have some kind of strange, like, cube object that he keeps rotating. And it, like, turns into a liquid and turns into a sphere, and he keeps playing with it. And he says, yeah, that's a thing that happened, guys. Everybody, of course you got my message. That's why you're here. This one isn't a prank, just so you know. I know I've said that before the last time I did this, but this one's real. How are we supposed to know if it's actually real or not? Says Professor Zarag. Oh, well, last time I was laughing my ass off when you guys all took your seats. This time my voice is a bit shaky. I think that means it's real, right? That's a good sign? Yeah? But anyway, we found out recently that the prison where we held Valen Vosk is now empty. So that's pretty concerning. And not a good sign. How did he escape? Then Professor Piddlewinks von Tinklebottom stands up and he says, "We have no idea. When we went to go check, there was nothing different about the cell other than the fact that Vosk wasn't there. So that's pretty cool. Very concerning. His Arceum restraints, by the way, were all on the floor. So he got them off somehow. I'm not sure how. So somebody else must have helped him. Probably. We're not entirely sure who yet, but we're going to be reviewing with the diviners who are under Ms. Starla." He looks over at one of the other professors as he says that. As the school is supposed to be having constant security from them, but this somehow slipped under the radar, I guess. What exactly happened to Starla? Professor Starla speaks up. She is a taller woman with this pale silvery skin. She has also kind of a metallic sheen to her hair, and it looks like there are actually stars in the dark spots that are in the shadows of her hair, by the way. So
That's really cool.
yeah,
Do
she
I know
says
where the jail is? The prison?
this is probably your first time hearing about this, actually.
Okay.
She says, "We're not entirely sure. We had we have constant scrying on Vosk's cell, but I suppose when we were changing out the people running it, as we could only perform the scrying so many times for each individual, something else must have happened during the trade out. Whoever did this probably knows our schedule. That is concerning." This one is Professor Cormick talking. "If there is somebody that infiltrated the school and knows the exact schedules of our security trade out, then who's telling how vulnerable all of our students are? Do we know of any enemies of the college that would be searching for Vosk?" The headmaster speaks up. He says, "When you say enemies, there's a lot of those. So it's hard to pin exactly who it is. We got a few demon lord cults that hate us. There's a few religious orders that hate us. There's another school that hates us. Not as openly as those other ones, though. And then there's the baker that I upset last week by messing with his dough.
Oh
So,
my god.
I don't know. There's a lot of enemies. It's hard to pin it down. Could you take this seriously for one moment?" That's Zarag, by the way. I'm trying my best here, Zarag. You don't know how stressed out I am. Honestly, out of everybody here, I'm probably the most stressed out. I was the only one in this room that was alive when that guy was in prison. So can you cut me a little slack, please?
Do I know maybe how old the oldest teacher is except the headmaster?
Sure. Let's take a look at the list here real quick. There are no other high elf instructors except for Professor Lance Lightbender, who is very old. He looks older than Alzarius does. And by the way, Professor Lightbender, he is a most elves don't actually grow beards, but he has a bit of a short beard, and he raises his hand up and he says, "Well, while that is true, we have records from that time. isn't there a cult that was following Vosk back in those days? If I recall correctly, there was an entry in the library about him. In the classified section, was there not? Yes, this is true. There is some information recorded in the classified documents. However, not all of the documents are exactly accurate. Some of the documents that we had back then actually got destroyed by his cultists. But yes, there was a cult that followed him. They essentially were calling him a new god. That's the gist of it. He is not a god. We imprisoned him. A god would not be so easily imprisoned by mortals. It takes another god to trap a god. I think that is evident in the events of the last few years. Remember how Sarlagrim has been captured 4 years ago? That's only possible because another god did it. So,
Canon.
no. If he was a god, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. I think I probably would be dead. That's Elzarius. But anyway, that aside, nobody has seen where Vosk is. I'm sure he's going to be taking action against the school in some form or another. We're going to need to keep vigilant. So, the students probably should not be weighed down too much by this information. They should probably have a curfew, though. So, for the sake of their safety, we'll send them to their dorms or to their homes before nightfall from now on, and no more going out and about in the halls at night. I would say probably a good idea.
Should I try to sneak out now before they all go?
If you would like to, sure.
Yeah, I sneak out before they all go.
Cool.
And I go really, really fast to...
So the door was closed, by the way. So you open the door and leave?
Fuck. Okay, I have to wait for everyone to go out.
Okay. Cool. So they continue their conversation. Mostly it's about security measures that they're going to apply now to the school. But eventually the other professors start leaving. You see... Can you give me a perception check real quick as all the professors are leaving?
Yes. My rolls.
Cool. Okay.
Yikes.
So, yeah, the professors all leave. The only one left is Alzarius, and he says, "Man, I hope that was a nice show for you. Now that we're alone." And he looks over at you.
I wait. If he's looking, yes, it was. Thanks. I'll be going now. Bye.
Actually, no, I don't think you will be. And the door's shut.
Oh.
He says, "You were here for the whole conversation. You're the only student who knows the situation. So, I have a little task for you."
Task?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it's
No,
a fun
why?
little task. Don't worry, it's not anything bad. Probably.
Will
I
it
mean-
get it?
Will it give you extra credit? Oh, yeah. For sure. In all your classes, actually. I'll make sure you get extra credit in all of your classes.
I do the thingy check.
Now, my boy. And he comes over and places a hand on your shoulder. He says, my boy. What was your name again? I forgot.
It's Bowling.
Bowlin, my boy, you are about to become a great and mighty wizard. Wait, no. Bowlin? You're not a wizard. You're not studying to be a wizard. Sorry.
Not really.
What are you? An arcane something?
Arcane rogue, yeah, I prefer so.
An arcane trickster, just my style. I had a friend who was an arcane trickster about, what was it, 1,000 years ago, something like that. He was a great arcane trickster. He pulled the best pranks. Anyway,
That's great.
what was I going to ask you again? Oh yeah. So this task that I have for you. So you know a little too much now. So I can't let you leave alive.
Forget about it.
No, I'm just kidding. I can't let you leave alive. I was just trying to scare you. But
I can definitely forget about it.
So try not to spread
Okay.
the news too much to other students. I know you're probably going to talk to your closest friends. So if you talk to your closest friends, they're going to get involved too. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on you. So if you tell anybody, then they have to join you for this task. Which I don't mind. Probably better if you actually pick a few friends for this task, because I mean, if it gets dangerous and cultists really are infiltrating the school, you're probably gonna get hurt or worse. So having some friends to back you up is
bad
good.
about it. Okay.
Oh, well, having this knowledge immediately makes you a target. And I'm sure there was more than just me in this room that saw you. There's no telling whose loyalties lie where. So
Then why
I would
didn't
say...
you just tell me to go out instead of making me have a troublesome task.
Oh, because
I have my studies to do.
Because your
studies
studies will be a secondary concern after this, compared to this task. Also, because I needed a useful tool to use. So, win-win. You don't have to study as hard you don't have to study as hard to pass your classes, and I need somebody somebody who's willing to do things for extra credit. So, yeah. So basically, you're going to help me with the investigation to try to find the cult. And whoever is responsible for this. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. We'll deal with Vale and Vosk once he's found. I just need your help in finding out who is spying on people. It's probably one of the students, honestly. How many teachers? How many teachers were in there? So in that room there were, let's see, there was Alzarius, which is 1, Professor Hendrik, which is 2, Professor Lorelei, Zarag, Piddlewinks von Tinklebottom, Lance, Cormac, and Marlia. So there were 8 professors in there, including the headmaster.
Do you have any idea, what class the infiltrator might be in?
Oh, if I knew that, I wouldn't be asking you for help. I would already have that person removed. Probably have them have their memories taken out of their head, and then have new memories placed, and then probably just let them live life.
That's fine.
No, I think it's very important because I need you to know what I'm capable of if you double cross me. So I would have their memories pulled out of their mind forcibly, have new memories placed in there, and then they would live their life as a completely different person while I know everything that they used to know. Does that make sense?
Great.
Does that make sense to you?
Makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense, yes.
Yeah, I like doing that. I like doing that spell. It's really fun. Another favorite one of mine is also just, making turning them basically into a vegetable, a drooling vegetable. That one's fun. They can still walk around and stuff, but they're like a bumbling idiot.
You can do a lot of stuff. That's
yeah.
Any leads? Can you tell me a little more about that Varka? What's his name?
Oh, Valen Vosk?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Sure. How about you? I'll tell you some more tomorrow. It's starting to get kind of late. How about you go tattle on what happened here to your little friends? I don't know who you're friends with, but I'm sure you're going to talk. Let them know that for the information that they now have, their lives are probably going to be at risk from any cultist that might know that you're here.
Can I warn them before? Maybe they don't want to get involved.
Oh yeah, sure. Just be like, hey, I have some information that might get you guys killed. Do you want to know it or not?
Will that put them in danger?
Oh, for sure, probably. I'm sure you're being spied on right now while we're having this conversation.
Then what's the point? Fine.
The point is, I'm
are
wearing.
we allowed to?
The point is,
go
I'm
on?
wearing one of these fancy necklaces that make it so they can't hear or see what I'm doing, and you're not. So they have no clue what I'm saying. They know what you're saying if they're spying on you.
If I message, will they know?
I mean, whoever you're messaging will know. I don't
Then
think they can
fine, I have
intercept your
some people
message.
that I trust.
Okay. Well, good luck. I'll give you some more information tomorrow. I'm gonna set my my office here up to not be capable of being scryed on again because that actually wore off like a little bit ago. So I'm gonna need to recast that next time we have a conversation. But I already used up the spell slots necessary for that. So see you tomorrow.
Are we allowed to go out at night to investigate?
Oh, you guys? As long as you have my permission, sure. I would probably say try to avoid the people that are patrolling, though, because we don't know if any of the patrollers are also cultists. Just, you know.
So you want
Overall,
them
just be
pictures,
careful.
right?
Oh, no, I don't tell them anything usually.
Okay, so we can't use it as an excuse to go.
Oh,
out
yeah.
at
Oh,
night.
yeah. Most of them are incompetent compared to me, so, you know, why would I tell them anything, right?
Sure, sure. Okay, I'll go and try not to die from spies.
That's the spirit, and he slaps you on the shoulder as he pushes you out the door.
I do a backflip out the door.
And before he closes the door, he says, "Good luck. I hope you survive everything that's about to happen. Yeah. All right. See you later."
Looking
And then he
very
closes the door.
concerned, I go very slowly while thinking about my life choices. I message Varka. Varka, we have a situation.
I instantly go to the last place where I saw you, covered in like snow, and there is like icicles that formed on my halo from standing outside.
Why did you stand outside? Fine.
I was waiting.
Yeah, let's go back to the dome or your house or whatever.
We walk back.
All right.
Maybe on the way we could see Mallory. And
Hey, so all of you knew that Mallory was gonna do this, or not Mallory? Sorry, all of you knew that Balin. Sorry, yeah, no, all of you knew that Balin was doing this because everybody saw her saw him pull his cloak out and start following out of the classroom. So, so all of you could all just be waiting for him to get back if you want.
I do have a plan what I wanted.
Do you?
Oh,
Okay, let's hear it.
Mallory wanted to go to U since they don't have their own dormitory, but the professor specifically said to stay in your own dormitory, so they're going to try.
You can sleep at my place.
Well, no, they're going to U because they're more familiar.
So when you get to the dorm, by the way, as soon as it was time to leave, you just kind of like hurried out of the classroom and kind of just ran through the hall.
Oh, yeah.
For you.
If he
for you.
if he heard what you said, he doesn't show it as he runs toward the dorm.
Well, me and Varka are in my dorm, I guess, waiting for Mallory.
He gets.
Don't make me mad, you.
You would have a room assigned to you. You don't need to stay with me. You have one. You just don't use it.
Well, I don't really like being alone.
I want my privacy.
Leave you alone for you.
Look, we hung out earlier. We can hang out tomorrow. Just give me some space, please.
He's really stressed out. Can I? Is everybody else as like stressed out the same as he like, or is he like definitely reacting more?
No, he notices that you were following him, so.
Oh, he's stressed out because of me.
Yep.
Ah. Well, that's.
I
okay.
don't want slime all over my stuff. Please.
Hmm.
I don't know where it comes from, but it stinks and I don't like it.
Should I?
Anyway, he goes quickly into his room and then you hear the chains rattling as he starts putting them into the locks.
Does every door have so many chains like he does?
No, most of them only have one.
Huh.
Also, at the start of the year, he also only had one.
What? Okay, Mallory knocks
It's
on the door.
because of me.
Oh, you!
Misty, how is it called? The shift?
Misty step.
Misty
Misty
Step,
steps through the door.
He has to be able to see where he's going to be able to do that.
Do Eldritch Blast, then do it.
Here's Mallory gets arrested for assault.
I mean, you can. I think you also know like about already from like being so long in the class together, and a Gorm.
He was real prepared, yeah.
Well, does he do anything at all when I know?
No, he's just trying to ignore you. How possible is looking
there
through a lock to Misty Step? It's possible
Yeah, that's
as
exactly what I was about to say.
long as you can see through the lock. Some locks are not able to be looked through.
Okay, and when I
The more complex
Pop
locks
my-
cannot be seen through.
so Mallory
Which
takes a look
also,
in the
if
lock.
you're willing to Misty Step through his lock to get into there, I would say it's probably happened before.
No.
And he probably replaced the lock so that you couldn't do it again. So as you look through the lock, you notice you don't see anything this time.
Seems like this isn't working. Who else can I go to?
Eventually,
No.
Balin does come back to the dorm room after like 15 minutes of being gone.
Oh,
Looking very stressed.
Behind
oh, Berlin. Oh,
Mallory.
I don't have a dormitory. Would you
I guess.
let me go in yours? Oh.
Where's Gorm going, by the way? Does he follow any of the other students at all to kind of have a safety in numbers kind of thing, or does he want to head back to his apartment?
Gorm's gonna go with the rest of his classmates to
Okay.
the dormitories, and he's gonna be looking around, absolutely horrified that people live this way.
Okay.
Awesome.
I used to live way worse.
But yeah,
Same
Balin comes back late compared to everybody else. Wearing a cloak, but the hood isn't on this time, so.
Mallory, I recommend not staying with me because it's a little dangerous right now, and
I
wouldn't
don't mind a little
recommend it.
fun.
Fun? I wouldn't call it fun, but I gave you a warning.
Oh, thank you for your warning. I would like your dormitory though.
You want my? Okay, fine, come.
So
I
let me
opened
get
the
this
door.
straight. Let me get this straight. If you want to poop or take a shower, you all share the same bathroom on the same floor?
Yeah.
Yes. Something wrong with that?
No, I just just an observation.
Wait,
I think this is like a castle from where I used to live.
I see. Yeah, I definitely see. Gorm's not touching anything.
There's two bathrooms, by the way, similar as to there are two separate sections of the dormitory.
I promise you it's not dirty. Unless you're going after Mallory.
Well, if y'all don't feel safe here, we can always head back to my place. I'm sure Dynan and Bali won't mind.
Who are those?
You'll go on to explain that they're both a mountain dwarf and a hill dwarf from the same clan and a, I guess, what would probably be a retainer clan.
It's more there's the same clan, and then there's
I
a
know they are.
yeah.
I'm searching for
In-
roleplay.
there's an allied clan. Yeah. What? No. I'm explaining their clans. Yeah. Yeah. One would be part of the same clan as you. The other one probably you're a hill. Are you a hill dwarf or a mountain dwarf? I forget.
I think I'm a hill dwarf.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Balin would be the one, or not Balin, sorry. Bali.
Bali.
Bali would be the one that you share a clan with, while what did I say his name was again?
Dynan.
Dynan. Yeah, thank you. While Dynan would be from an affiliate clan that's like allied with yours.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will tell Gorm. What I'm about to say is probably very dangerous for people to hear. So unless you want, I guess, to have some adventures, maybe we shouldn't involve them or anyone that can be close to us.
I see what you mean. I tend to agree with you.
What if we tell everybody?
Everybody, are you sure?
Well,
No. There is... Wait, let me tell you what it is first, okay? For everybody to hear, that's definitely not a good idea.
How about we go into the dormitory first?
Yeah, the dorm room can fit 4 people easily.
Gorm, will you want to go on an adventure? Very, very dangerous adventure with us?
Yes, absolutely. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I hope it will be fun. Because it will be dangerous.
Let's go into the dormitory.
All right, you go
Hey,
inside.
come in.
You go inside of Balin's room. There is a single bed. There is a desk with a chair and a bookshelf for the things that she or he will need for his studies. There is a closet for your clothes and shoes, and it's not super big. Your friends can sit on the bed while you guys talk, but yeah, it's not like a huge room. There's a window you can see outside. It's starting to get dark now as the sun is setting.
I close the window, lock the doors.
Okay.
Tell anyone if you have like a way for people not to hear us outside, like eavesdrop. That'd be a good time.
We like put up pillows against all of the house,
Okay.
like against the closed door, you know. So
How many
it doesn't
pillows does
sound
Balin
like-
have? More than
I don't
one?
know, just
One.
Just like one.
They
house
provide
has
one
a
pillow, and Balin came from a poor orphanage, so.
blanket, like
A blanket.
under the door. No, but you know, it helps against the sun.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys do everything you
Yeah.
can to try and minimize the amount of sound that's going to exit this room.
Yes.
Are we being followed?
Perhaps.
Yes, we might very much be followed.
Company.
No, it's bad
Can-
company.
Did you lock? So you locked the door, right? Okay.
I locked
so,
everything.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So you put the chain on, you locked the handle as well, and locked the window. Got it. Cool. And
Yeah.
close the curtains.
Can Mallory do a perception to see if they see the people?
I do that as well.
If they see the people
They are following us. 'Cause they're
when you're
being
in the
followed.
room,
Well, they're not in here.
Well,
when
there's
you're-
a window. I don't know.
the window's curtains got closed.
Yeah.
Well, I can
everything.
move them.
Okay, so Balin, you close the curtains and then go to lock some more stuff up. Mallory immediately walks over to the window and opens the curtains again.
Can you close
Yeah.
the curtains, Mallory?
I want to see if I can see them.
Okay, Mallory, give me a
Uh,
perception check. Okay. You see a small beetle clinging to the outside of the window.
Kill it.
Would Gorm notice anything with a 16 passive perception?
Yes, he would actually. Yeah, you would notice the after Mallory opened the window that the beetle's on the outside of the window as well. You would also notice that it has a bit of a strange coloration.
I would like to roll a nature check
Mhm.
or an insight check if you would.
It might be the
allow
headmaster.
either or.
Sure, go ahead. I would say probably a insight works here. Okay. You would realize. Actually, can you also do a nature in conjunction with it?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh, so close.
Oh my
That's
god.
so close.
dude! If only. If only you had advantage on that. Okay. So Gorm, it is rather strange that a beetle like this would be on the window up here, considering you guys are on the 3rd floor of the building. Most of the time, a beetle doesn't come up this high. You're not entirely sure what kind of beetle this is either, though, but it's definitely giving you bad vibes.
Kill it.
Wait, can I reach the beetle? Can I like open the window?
It's
and
on the
grab
other
it,
side of the
or-
window. Yeah, you'd have to open it first.
Crunchy. And
Hear that?
Yeah, did you find a bag? Can we split it?
so Mallory is gonna try to
Fucking
open the
cat
door.
people.
Mallory would try to find to open the
Okay.
window and grab it. And they
Okay,
will
so as you open
break it in half.
the window, the beetle's wings open up and it starts trying to fly away. Give me a let's see, dexterity based grab attack. So basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll a d20. You're going to add your dexterity, and because everybody's proficient in unarmed strikes anyway, we're gonna add your proficiency bonus.
And my
Okay.
dexterity?
So what's your dexterity bonus?
2.
Okay, and you also have a 2 for your proficiency, so that's a 14. Okay, the beetle's AC was 11. You grab the beetle as it's trying to fly away.
And
Okay.
Mallory will like bite half of the beetle's body with their teeth and like chew it.
Okay,
What
the
is
beetle
the
has
bonus in this
the
case?
beetle has one. The beetle has 1 HP, so any kind of damage you do will kill it. So you bite it, and
Yeah.
you now have half a beetle in your mouth and half a beetle outside of your mouth.
Oh, you want
However,
some?
as you bite through it,
Huh?
you feel the stuff in your mouth dissolve, and the beetle that's in your hand also dissolves.
I look
So-
disappointed.
It turns to dust as you bite it.
Oh.
Oh, not crunchy.
What kind of magics are these? Oh my god. I start to almost have a mental breakdown.
You guys can give me an Arcana check to try to figure out what that was.
I think I know what that is, but let's see if Gorm knows. There we go.
Gorm, you would know that a mage's familiar is typically a spirit that takes the form of an animal, and when it is destroyed, it disappears.
I did some
Same for
Gorm will-
Varka.
Gorm will immediately say, "Hey, I think we're being watched by a wizard."
So I
wizard?
say
Yeah.
it might be the headmaster or the thingy I'm going to talk about.
Do we know any wizards which favor beetles or bugs?
I don't.
Mm-mm.
Do we, DM?
Those are called beetles.
How about you guys give me some history checks? See if you would have noticed any of your classmates having a beetle familiar.
Wait, if I have a check mark next to like something, does it mean I have an advantage?
If you have
No,
a
it
check
means
mark,
that
it
you
means
just
you
got
add
it.
your proficiency bonus, which it does automatically. Let's see.
Yeah, so you don't
Valen
have
got an 18. Varka got an 18. Mallory got a 15. Gorm got an 11. Gorm doesn't remember seeing any classmates who might have had a bug familiar. However, Valen and Varka, you guys remember seeing because some of the students have familiars that they keep with them. You remember that there was a student in your law class. Her name is. Hold on, let me get rid of that. There we go.
Oh my god, it's
no.
It's what? Who is it, Atroc? Can you tell me who it is, please?
no. I wanted to say it's so cute that they keep sharing roles together. They got multiple like same ones already.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say that.
It's bestie moment.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought you were gonna say that.
Can
We do
like,
have the same
it's-
walls there.
can we like look at each other at the same time and like say the same name out loud? Me and Butler.
Oh my God, bestie.
Sure. Hold on, just a second. Let me get the name for you real quick. Let's see here. Okay, her name is I like that name. Her name is Winnie. Her first name is Winnie. Reminds me of the Hocus Pocus movie. I put it through a random name generator for human females. So,
Okay. I guess she's a human.
and let me just generate her last name real quick.
Let me generate her last name. I'm sorry.
Winnie the Pooh.
Sure, Winnie the
I
Pooh.
will need your
Her name.
edit to-
Okay,
to
her
tell
name
them
is.
what's happening.
I'm
Winnie.
okay. I was about to say it. Her name is Winnie Edberg. She is a she is a she's focused on the school of enchantment primarily, but she has a spider familiar.
Spider.
Mhm.
I guess that's a bug.
At least you've seen her with the spider familiar.
Well, I keep it
Just
in mind.
because somebody has a particular type of familiar doesn't mean they have to keep it as that familiar at all times. They can recast it to have a different familiar.
I close back the window.
Mhm.
And I try to tell them what I heard and what the headmaster told me.
Okay. How would you like to? How do you say it to them? Because you could always like, it's like
For
a
this,
game
I
of
will need
telephone.
assistance. But okay.
Just try to remember what I told you.
I'm bad at remembering. Fine. So you all know I sneaked in there, right? Like all the teachers had a meeting with the headmaster,
Yes.
and I am pretty sure most of them noticed them there, but they didn't say anything. But after they all left, the headmaster made me talk to him because, of course, he saw me. And he gave me a mission. Good job, me and my decisions. He told me to get some of my trustworthy friends. You guys, I guess.
Am I your trustworthy friend?
Maybe.
Well, I am very trustworthy. Thank you.
Sure. It is a very dangerous mission, but you said you're fine with interesting stuff, so you'll survive, I guess. Or maybe not, I don't know. So he told me, what's the name of the prisoner that escaped?
Oh my god, that's so far off.
It is
Give me an intelligence check.
Fuck,
No.
wait, I wrote it. I
Your
wrote it, it's
character,
fine.
your character is canonically bad at remembering things. So unless you write it down, then you're probably not going to remember.
I wrote it.
Okay.
Yeah,
What'd you
fine.
write?
put it in the chat.
Let me find it, because I wrote it.
It's above one of your stealth checks.
I know. One of them. Let me find it. There it is. Valienvo? Valen Vosk.
I was about to say, this is going to be a really funny game of telephone if you mispronounce the name.
Valen Vox. Valen Vox.
You had it right the
Vosk.
second time. It's Vosk, yeah.
Valen Vosk. Okay.
Valen Vosk, yeah.
So apparently there's prison in the school where they keep like very scary people, and one of them got out with the help of someone in the school. So the headmaster told me that there's probably an imposter or something amongst us.
And then Suster. He's sus.
Yes. So among us, there's an imposter. And he told me to get some of my very trustworthy friends that are willing to sacrifice their lives, I guess, because this is dangerous, to get to find that imposter.
Did he vent?
I guess he vented because he disappeared.
I'm calling an emergency meeting.
We are in an emergency meeting.
Yeah, you are.
No, that is true.
So the headmaster told me to find who got him out of jail. And from what I heard, is supposed to be someone that's as old as the headmaster. And he's been imprisoned for that long. So I don't know why he got out now, but I guess we're stuck dealing with it. And now that I told all of you, you're kind of stuck with it too. So, but the headmaster said, we'll get a lot of extra credit if we will survive all of this and find the imposter. So it's a win-lose. Yeah, like it has its pros and cons. But if you're struggling a little like me in the classes, I think it will help you.
I do like a very deep
Oh.
sigh. Like, of course it was you who had to get into trouble out of all of the people in our class, didn't you?
Huh?
I'm
You
sorry.
didn't do anything. I saw you go to his dormitory.
I love this.
I really wanted to get in.
I am sorry. I kind of wanted to hear what's the danger because I don't want to study anymore.
You cannot take this task back in any way, shape, or form.
Not really, now that we know we're probably targets of that imposter. They're probably very strong because, old and stuff.
I see how it is then.
Yeah.
Please try to stay as. If anything ever happens, just call my name and I'll be there. Try to stay as safe as you can. Don't hurt yourself.
I'll try, maybe. Well, and he said that he didn't tell that to the teachers, so only the headmasters know that we're after the imposter. The teachers might be the imposters as well, so try to keep everything between us, I guess. And you can't go out at night. That will probably be said later.
Speaking of which, it's getting darker outside.
Yeah, we probably can't go out at night without sneaking now. So you all want to do a sleepover?
Well, I wouldn't mind doing a sleepover.
Wanna sneak out in the sleepover?
Wait, didn't you just say...
We need to find the imposter. It's the best to sneak out at night now.
My suspicions is Nutty. They never come to class.
Nutty. Oh,
Nutty.
that monkey.
You think it would be them?
Or Nutty.
Everyone.
Yes,
Well,
did you?
I mean, he's never
didn't see
coming to
Nutty.
class. He might be.
Yeah,
Out of
I
character.
agree. I didn't see Nutty at all.
out of character for the viewers, Nutty is currently in the infirmary as a plant. So
We don't know that.
Okay.
Do we?
Okay,
out
hear
of
me
character
out.
for
No,
the
I know
viewers. That one's for the viewers.
Hear me out. What if Nutty was spying on us as a beetle and you just ate Nutty?
Oh. Oh well.
You
I
really
hope
think
you
that
didn't.
he would be able to
Wait,
turn himself-
Gorm, you succeeded on the familiar thing now.
Yes. Gorm is gonna make a gaslighting check.
Oh my gosh, deception, perfect.
Oh dang.
I hope I
an
said
insight has
most
to be
of
rolled
it.
against that.
Yep, an insight has to be rolled against it,
But-
so to
By
tell that
the
he's
way,
lying.
I don't know if all of you like need to roll, but like I am lying about them because I know that they're just stupid. Like not stupid. What are like? How do you? express what
Unfortunate, unlucky.
They are just unfortunate. Yes, I am
Yeah.
like dismissing.
Oh, wait, we have to roll like insight against this.
So in Aatrox, then you would also roll a deception, since you don't actually
I will
believe
not
it.
roll because I believe it.
I hope it does.
You're just okay. I mean, you can just choose to believe something. Sure, that's fine. But yeah, roll a deception.
Is this the one?
What did you say to deceive us?
I read
No,
the wrong one. I read the wrong one.
Deception, not persuasion. Are they
I
the same?
know.
Are they the
What
same
are you trying
bonus?
to deceive us?
Are they this? No, they're not the
No.
same bonus.
That's
Okay.
perception. That's not.
No,
research.
I'm just
What
gonna.
is it trying
I'm just
to
gonna.
deceive us, though?
I'm just gonna take your first roll since that's the first thing you rolled and add a 1 instead. So that's a 9. So
stupid.
you roll a
I couldn't
9.
find it.
Okay. If anybody has a negative to wisdom, then sure, they'll probably believe what he said. If anybody has a 10, or not a 10, sorry. If anybody has a 0 or higher to their insight, then they will disbelieve both of these immediately.
Okay,
What
so
are you trying to deceive us with?
I don't.
Trying to convince you
with
guys that
Nutty
it was
being
Nutty.
A bug.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that Nutty was the bug.
Also- context for why I'm doing this, it's because Nutty specifically told me that like we hate each other. So I'm like trying to be I'm trying to be a good hater, you know?
Okay.
Valiant hater.
That's funny.
Last session for
Session
we
0.
had to fake in session 0 we had to fake hating each other. And now Mallory is staying with it.
After a month.
Yeah, until further notice.
Until further notice.
Wonderful.
I am
Very good.
sure it's not Nutty, but I am like sure if you say so.
I like immediately just
All right.
glance away.
So, are you guys trying to sneak out tonight at all, or are you
Can
guys
I
staying in
do,
the dorm for now?
Intelligence check to see if I missed anything.
Like missed what?
Of saying stuff that the headmaster told me.
I mean, you got it pretty accurate. You didn't mention everything, but like, who needs to mention everything? Am I right?
You are right.
They don't need to know that the headmaster could completely wipe your memory and replace them with different memories.
Yeah, they don't.
Who knows? Maybe the headmaster already wiped your memory and replaced them with those memories.
He might have.
Maybe he messed up the conversation the first time, erased your memory, and then placed new memories where the conversation went well.
He could
Yeah.
have. He said a lot of erasing stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So now you guys know that you shouldn't just go around and trust everyone with it.
To be fair, the headmaster is the type of person who would erase your memory if he misspoke. Like, if he accidentally mispronounced a word, like, he'd be like, ah, shit. Erases your memory and replaces it with him pronouncing it correctly. He's
Okay.
that type of person that would do that, so I wouldn't put it past him.
That's great. Good job, Headmaster.
He's like editing his Discord message in real life.
Yep. Basically, yeah. That's what he does. Okay. We are getting past the 3-hour mark, by the way. Do you guys want to keep going a little longer, or do you want to wrap it up?
We can rest a
I
little
would
before going out at night.
I would say wrap it up on my end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Wrap it up.
All right. Then we'll just go ahead and say that you guys are going to rest for the night then.
Not for the night. We are resting a little, then going out at night. But that will be next session.
So a short rest.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So then for the outro, I will say this. All right. It is a dark and cold night. It is completely silent. Stop barking! Thank you. It is completely silent outside. There's not a single snowflake coming down if you peek out the window. And all of a sudden, a shrill scream from the women's dorm pierces the night. And that is where we will leave off for tomorrow.
Okay.
Or not tomorrow. Next week. Sorry. For next session. For next session. Why did I say tomorrow? Well, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow in the session anyway, because it's going to be after midnight. So it's tomorrow in game. Yes. So you hear a woman's scream coming from the women's dormitory to wrap things up. Yep. There we go.
I love to get food on my tiny little shoulders. Please save me. Okay.
So that is episode 1. The a kind of rundown of the daily lives of the students here that are the players, and now the story hook that gets them together. Let's go. All right. So before we wrap things up officially here, I'd like to ask, what did you guys think? Did you have fun?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I like the laughs that we're getting. I'm looking forward to our next our future sessions together. This is going to be a fun campaign, I think.
Yes.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. I think we all role play well pretty well.
I do too. And I really like that, especially when players role play with each other instead of just sitting in silence and waiting for me to say something. God.
I think I kind of lost my character there.
As a DM, I burn out really quick if the players aren't like energetic about the campaign. So it's really nice to have players that are willing to role play with each other and have conversations instead of just being like, "Oh, I tell them this." Which is why Foxy's I was like, I don't really want her to do that. I want her to try to remember, because her character is canonically bad at remembering things. So if she just says that I tell them what I remember, it's not going to be as fun.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Takes a little effort on your part, but
most of it.
Yeah, you did remember most of it. It's just going to take a little bit of effort on your part to do the role playing part, but that's okay. Role playing is effort. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah!
Mm-hmm. It's the best effort. I love role playing. All right, we got some new characters that have been added on your bios. Thanks to that stuff. Did anybody take a note about Winnie Adberg?
I did.
Excellent. So you have it written down in your sheet somewhere. Perfect. Then
I think so, yes.
Then the information that you guys have recorded is nice in a spot that's easily accessible for me if I forget, which is perfect.